nothing but an ex, expired, exit from my life. An ex, expired, exit from my life. I thought your love, I thought your heart was poison from the start. An ex, expired, exit from my life. Bye bye. I don't miss your mind tricks or your lies. I don't miss when you're gone every night. I'm done being chained, done with your games, done being played for your entertainment. I'm not yours, 'cause you're nothing but an ex, expired, exit from my life. An ex, expired, exit from my life. I thought your love, I thought your heart was poison from the start. An ex, expired, exit from my life. Bye bye. Don't remind me how you feel in every way. Don't remind me of all the BS you could say. I'm done being chained, done with your games, done being played for your entertainment. I'm not yours, 'cause you're nothing but an ex, expired, exit from my life. An ex, expired, exit from my life. I thought your love, I thought your heart was poison from the start. An ex, expired, exit from my life. Bye bye.
Nothing in the world could ever be good again. I've been nothing but a girl who really should be nothing less. Don't mess up, and don't you tell us so how you actually feel. If you do, then they'll cut you right at the heel, and it hurts. No one can save you. It's all on your mind to change too. And baby, you can really try if you climb your way up. Do it on your own and you shit out of luck. Nobody will help if you flying too close to the sun. 'Cause you're gonna get burned. Yeah, you're gonna get burned.
Bite dust.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Livestream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, tonight we got ourselves more 5V5 1v1 duels on the evening. This week is the EU duels, boys. Groups are going to be live in the LFG in just a second. Some of you guys already got some going up as we speak. How you all doing? Welcome back. Loud noises. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Okay, so tonight we got ourselves even more 5V5 1v1s. We don't have, I don't think this week, any class changes, but I also think that's when like Mythic Plus competition or AWC is up, one of the other. So they're probably going to be a little, yeah, it looks like Arena World Championship is up live. So yeah, and apparently they pushed an update where you can like remove the last play tab on BNet. How do you do that? Hold on, can I do that real quick? Uh-oh. Wrong thing. App when closing on game. Show let's play bar. Oh, that's kind of nice. Neat. Alrighty, let me hop on over in the EU. We'll get some groups up and running, boys. How y'all doing? Welcome back. I hope all of you are having a wonderful, beautiful evening, boys. Let's see. We got ourselves, hopefully, quite a bit of our regulars joining tonight. We'll see how we do though. How we doing on this one? Maybe, is it working? Did I have it? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, did I have it over from TRO before? Dot Spectator, I am trying to like get all these things finished up. Sorry, I'm a little kind of late today, but I'm also like mentally still like not here entirely. Dude, I woke up so late. I won't even talk about how late, man. It is embarrassing, dude. I don't want to be embarrassing myself. I already do that every single day, honestly. So I can only handle so much. Groups are listed over in the LFG, boys. We got ourselves raids, legacy groups over 5V5 1v1. I'm actually gonna not make that all capitalized just because I feel like it's a little pretentious. We're gonna drop it down to lower caps. How you boys all doing? Welcome Soren, welcome D Woods, welcome Silver, welcome Ramite. Mr. Dal, I wanted to ask you something about Mythic Plus rating. Okay, I do a 12, but still green. It must be repeat to go to the dungeon until I get my rating into bloom. Well, the green, blue, purple, and orange colors are just going to signify like the, it's like a Blizzard's like take on if you're in like the intermediary key or into like it's like the rarity system, right? Common, rare, epic, legendary, and the closer the colors are to like the epic and legendary, the better the score is in comparison to other players or whatever, or at least for the season, right? So you don't actually necessarily have to get it. It's not really about the colors of the numbers. It's more about like how much of a score you have really. And if you have like, you know, enough for a KSM or enough for any of the other achievements or whatever, that's what most players are going to look for. They're not going to look for, oh man, this guy is a green score or blue score. They're going to be like, okay, this guy is like what, 1500 Mythic Plus rating, 2K Mythic Plus rating, 2500 Mythic Plus rating, 3K, gotta snag that guy as soon as possible. He's done a lot of dungeons at a high-end level. So stuff like that, they're probably going to be looking at that more than anything. But yeah, but if you wanted to get like from green to bloom, you done a 12. So if you do a 12 next week, right, you probably did a 12. What is this week? Fortified. Next week will be back tyrannical. If you did that same dungeon on a 12 as well, then your score will upgrade to a blue, maybe even purple, depending on how fast your time is. Potentially, it just gives you like just gives you an indicator like how many of those dungeons have you done and how high of a score is that you've gotten so far. But yeah, as for like colors themselves, I don't really know like which colors you would want to be looking out for, to be honest. I just have no idea, honestly. So yeah, the groups are listed, by the way. If you guys want to join us, LFG, let me see if I can find the copy paste that I usually have for like all of these dual thingies. Where is it? I gotta scroll up a little bit. Where is it? It's a little higher, maybe. There's that. Here we go. If you guys want to join in, yeah, here we go. That's how you join in for LFG. If you guys want to pin the message at the top. Beautiful. And we gotta get homies in here. Let's see who's on, man. Let's see who I can get in. Akos. Does he join a lot of these? Amori? I think I asked Amori before, but I don't know if they join a lot. Koopa starting some 5V5 1v1 duels if you wanna join. Or maybe you're doing stuff, maybe you're queuing up some stuff, which is cool. Hey, oh, you're on Underrod. I'm gonna bug you after you're out of the Underrod. Do I want to get Budrika in? He's gonna get a guy named Budrika. That'd be so good. Okay, so Koopa said yes. So let me get him invited. Let me see if Rika wants to join. Hey, Rika, doing some 5v5. Also, if you wanna join, friend. Join, friend. Yeah, Kreiser. He's in arena, so he's probably queuing stuff up. Grain. Hey, Grain, doing some Telrion, hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels if you wanna join, friend. Let's see you Holtz there. Bilbo. I asked Bilbo last week. Hey, Bilbo. Hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels if you wanna join, friend. Let me see if Cracker wants to join any. Hey, Cracker. Wanna join duels, friend? Or maybe Cracker already has a group for all we know. Maybe he'll be able to put one together, which would help tremendously. Obliv? Rizbush? Hey, Obliv. Hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels in case you wanted to join, friend. Here we go. So we tried to see if we can get some bodies together. Try to buy for explaining. What do you think of Mythic Plus? Do you think what Mythic Plus to make 2000 rating? All 14s? Somebody did the math. I think they said if we do all 13s perfectly, that would give you just enough to get KSM. But the higher the better. If you do 14s, 15s, some of them maybe as a 16, like a freehold or underride, which is some of the easier keys. If you can get into a group that does that, or if you have your own key and you want to do it, that also would work out as well. Of course, the higher the better. But if you want to get actual like the minimum effort for KSM, I think Limit Max did it on his stream at one point, and he said 13s. You need all 13s and you're good to go. Oh, we got the boys. Уже 5 часов стримлю следующий раз. Okay. So Kraken's been streaming for 5 hours. I guess he's gonna be popping off in a bit. But it's Pentagon Plus, and that sounds good, friend. Let's see. So we can just pop, let you know. Okay. Take it while we build groups. 40 minutes, man. 30 minutes. Yeah. Was a minute later. Okay. So Grain said no as well. Unfortunate. Obliv? Haven't given card yet, otherwise I would join. Okay, friend. Okay, friend. All good, don't worry. Does Paz want to join by chance? He's doing the leveling of Shadow Panda. Actually, he's almost got like 70. Hell yeah, my guy. Get it. Pando? I could ask Pando. Hey, Pando. Hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels in case you wanted to join. Griff guy, get him in here, dude. So the Griff guy, we got a 5. We're gonna need one more to make this group a 5-man, and then we need a whole another 5-man group. If you guys want to join us up, we'll be trying to see if we can put this together. Great to work for helping Mr. Dal. This expansion is so much easier to understand and play than Shadowlands before, and but I'm retired because I don't know what to do. All good, my man. If you got any questions, hit me up on stream or in the DMs on Discord. I am always here to answer you guys' questions and help out as best as I can. That's literally what I do, man. That's literally like why I do this YouTube thing to begin with. If I can help, I will, man. That's kind of like, again, just what I do. What I prefer to do it. So feel free anytime. Just hit me up. Proxy said last week he doesn't really PvP. Rodder? Isn't a Vortex Pinnacle. I think I'd go back to him. Roween? In a rare fur and just what is this? Sometimes I think about just covering my can't even mouse over it. My body in rare fur and just milling around in a couple of Okay. Hey. join 5V5 1v1 Duels. I was the most weirdest paragraph I've ever read, and I'm just still confused. I was just gonna be like, at first, like, I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna give you 1 week. I'm gonna let you double back next week. I'll just ask anyway because I feel bad. Hey, what are you doing, Troll de Gore? Hey, so wait, is it Sojiro? Okay, I'm whispering silver. That's not how I'm meant to be whispering. Okay, warrior. Okay, that makes sense. So Jiro, wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? I'm not a you. That's what I was gonna say. Hey, sorry, bro, doing keys. Okay. All good, friend. All good. That works for me. Hey, Tagsy. Hey, Tagsy. Duels tonight, friend. Okay, so we need one more for this group, and we'll need to make a 5-man group afterwards, if at all possible. See if Chepo wants to join. Hey, Chepo. You on RBGs? All good, my man. Wanna join Duels this evening? Oh, Mogdam, I have Mogdam added. Yo, all good, friend. All good, friend. Hey. Oh, I have Majus also too. Hey, Mogdam. Wanna join Duels? Also could ask Majus, see if he wants to join in. Hey, Duel, wanna join Duels? His name is Duel, so it's like a perfect, right? Literally lives in there. Lives in the dueling arena. Reading with friends, sorry, all good, friend. All good, friend. I thought I should ask anyway. Scotty, what did you say? For one, why not? Is someone collecting? Hit for high for once. Why not? Yes, I am putting a group together right now. How do I add you then? Scotty says yes, actually. Scotty says yes. Wait, hold on. We got Sojiro in here. Let's go. Crap. I gotta put in a raid. What's Sojiro again? Cool. So who else messaged me back? I can't even tell. Flip PV. Okay, friend. Okay, friend. 30 minutes. Oh, so 30 minutes. So maybe Zakamo could join us. That would be awesome. I'm gonna go Bonsabji join in. I mean, I'm cool with that. Okay. This group. Let me do this. Okay, this group is good to go. Koopa finishing up their solo queue. Their solo queue real quick. Gonna make second group, boys. BRB. Koopa will be lead since I got him on real ID. Wait until like give me a second to put another, I can't spell, man, group together. Okay. So I'm gonna make a lead. What I'm gonna do also, I want to get both of you in. Okay, this is what I'll do is I'll first delist real quickly, right? I'll grant Koopa lead, raid leader. I'm gonna back out. I'll make a second group real quick. Stay, don't move. Second group, those two that want to join in, resign up real quickly. What's up, Carl? I said, oh man, I'll be having a good with my guys. What's up, Dal? Have you been murdering goblins? The blood cell is too exalted. Apparently, best time to get insane is in the membrane. Achievement is 50% wrap. Wait, what? Wait, best time to get, oh yeah, oh, you're right. It is 50% wrap. Wait, are you doing it on live or on the classic server? Does it give a classic experience buff too? Damn, I might just want to play some more Wrestling at some point. Wait, can you do it on a hardcore server with 50% buff? You already have the buff. Wait, is it on classic too, or is it just only on retail? How is it? Crazy Shaman? Let's get you in here, my guy. So actually this group got 3. We need 2 more. We're good to go. Wait a second. We actually got a group. Hold on, 2 more for this one, boys, and we're good to go. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I like. I didn't like that song, but that's what I like. Oh, no way. Oh my, dude, my voice. Can you hear it? Can you hear my voice, man? Can you just hear my voice, dude? It's bad. It is bad, dude. It is bad, dude. It is not great. Oh my goodness. Yeet that out of here. What's not yeet anymore, dude? Why do I even say that? I'm like, man lost in time or something. I don't understand myself. All right, so 2 more needed. I think I went through everybody on reality. I'm gonna go right through it real quickly again just to make sure. But if you got homies you want to invite, that would be a time to do it. What am I trying to get here? Huge. Alrighty. And I also need. Sorry, I'm so behind on the YouTube stuff they usually do. That's why I'm doing it on the side here and there. You know what I mean? Wait, you got another whisper? Hold on a second. What? The rep buff is live? On live or is it on classic, Atho? Are you whispering me from classic right now? I can't even I can't tell. It says you're whispering me, but you're not. Where are you? I can't even find you. Why am I having a hard time finding you? I'm looking for my man Atho. Chicken buffs. I know that I have it, but I thought you meant in classic. You said Bloodsuit Buccaneers killing goblins. It just I didn't know if you were doing classic hardcore. If that's what you're talking about, or something else. That's why I got confused. But then again, I'm Dalaran. I get confused all the time easily. You know me. You know me. I just brain just short circuits and what do you do? I don't know. Let's see. I want to see Broton was joining. Hey Broton, wanna join duels after that dungeon? Because I was thinking for a second Temple J Super. I'm like, oh, he's doing a Mythic Plus, and then it took me a second. Oh wait, no longer that season. What's up, Sally? I do my man. How's life? It's pretty good, Sally. Just not sleeping a lot, but working a ton, working on projects, all that good stuff. Kind of having fun playing WoW right now, actually. Rachel, of course, I barely play Classic. I thought you were into Classic big time recently. Okay. Yet. So it's like, please don't make me 1v1 Atho, please. I'm like, he isn't in yet. Level 55 at the moment, a hardcore warrior. Wait, you say I barely play classic, but you got a level 55 warrior. What? I know how much time you would have spent on that thing. Have we done Imperial? All good, friend. All good. All good, friend. All good, Broton. So we need a handful more bodies. Hey, Cries, wanna join duels? Cries? Cryby? Cryzy B? What is this? Volpera Warlock? Master Fruit! Master Fruit is in! I love that guy! Favorite fruit! Masterful Fruit! Diablo 4 is all my time. Dude, I feel ya, man. I gotta play some more Diablo. I haven't even done the main story. I've just been kind of running around on the road doing dungeons. Level 20-ish or so. Huge! I haven't even got level 50 though. I'm pretty bad at leveling. I never realized that about myself, but I'm pretty bad at leveling. Nah, I'm gonna chill. All good, friend. All good, friend. Just done playing in the AWC. My man Cries played in the AWC. What? Huh? Wait. I missed you in AWC then. And I gotta peep it. How'd you guys do? I guess if he's chilling now, maybe they got knocked out, or maybe they won the whole thing and they're just doing reruns. Who knows, right? Who knows, honestly. I need one more body. Does Noli want to join in? Hey, Noli. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? Also, I need Koopa. I need Koopa and just see where he's at. Ezreal. There we go. Do you guys still... Koopa, real quick. I don't know if you can stream or not. Do you have 5 men ready to go, or do you guys miss somebody? Because we need one more, and then I can maybe join you guys and help you if you guys lost somebody. Hello, bro. What's up, Master Fit? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, my guy? Yo, are you playing Boomy? I remember last time you played Boomy, and last week we had Sakura over in the NA pop, and that was a balance route out of left field. I loved it. Are we going to be seeing more of that Boomy action? Because Boomy's looking kind of good for duels. Kind of good for PvP in general. Especially against melee. There we got top 4. Yo, let's go. Wait, Cries is playing in AWC? No way, my boy. Oh, let's go. Love it, dude. Love it. Sir, friend. All good, friend. Now I got a fantastic excuse. I love it. Kudako? Oh, he's already in the Robo Drum, but I'd like to get him in here. MML? I could ask him MML. Oh, the last time I was like, yo, everybody want to join? And he was like, what? You want me to join? You almost never asked. I don't know if it was like, maybe just like, he was like, you almost never asked me. I was like, oh, I mean, I would usually just try to bother you. That's about it, you know what I mean? I asked Randall last time. I don't think he wanted to. Do I just still bother him anyway? Yeah, I'll still bother him. Hey, Randall. Wanna join 5V5 Duels friend? Got a spot open. Where are the paladins, man? We usually have so many paladins during these, which is probably a good thing, honestly, because you have so many paladins that just absolutely go in, slap people out of the arena. Speaking about paladins, speaking about boy, you know what I mean? There's the boy. Could ask him, I guess. Who else can I beg and pester? Cries are actually able to see. Unfortunately, they face one of the big dogs. Paladins don't like caster meta. Dude, honestly, who does? Who does? Don't do it. Yo, Deli, you're good, my guy. I thought he's not even online, man. He wouldn't even join my group, even if I asked him right now. I got after the 2 games? Okay, nope. So we got maybe Randall coming in after this 2 games, so I guess it's gonna take him like 10-ish minutes, 5-ish minutes, depending on how fast it goes. Maybe like 2 seconds. I was like, yeah, that didn't go well. Yo, Mad Juice, whisper back, Duel. Maybe Duel wants in. Hold on, seeing. I'm gonna get in whoever I can, first come, first serve kind of deal. Sub Dal, I see you good old time walking cast like, dude, I saw that. That thing is nutty. What is your time walking? And the dungeon week last week too. I might just said he can't. All good, friend. All good, all good. I was gonna say, like, is this man actually joining up? Because Mad Juice is a monkus, and monkus are kind of nutty in duels. I mean, we saw what my man Sensei was doing last week, right? He was absolutely just popping off. Like, if he was just like, I'm gonna focus up. I'm a feral, Masterford, you're a feral. That's fine. That's fine. I was thinking for some reason you were a Boomkin. Were you Boomkin before? Because I feel like the name Masterford, I don't know why it stuck out as a Boomkin kind of name. I don't know why. Maybe you were at some point way back in the day when dinosaurs still roamed the earth and Darwin had a brain. What's up, Adam? Dude, aren't we all, man? Aren't we all? I've been raiding a lot, so I'm like definitely pretty behind on some of the items here and there. Really, but also like my spec is like not amazing here, so I'm just like, oh, maybe we'll get buffed up. Who knows, right? Maybe I'll wait until the buff up happens or whatever to really put in the effort. And we're mostly just like focusing on raids, Mythic Plus, alts, and we forgot free time. Just like, all right, let's try to see if we can get a solo queue done, get a couple BGs done and whatnot. I gotta join in. Groups up right now in LFG over on the EU under Molten Core Raids Legacy. If you just type in the name number 5 over in the search for Raids Legacy, you should be able to find the group easily. We need one more homie to join in, and we're good to go. What is this man doing? Popping fireworks in people. Shooting, what are you doing? You menace to society. Some arms warrior. I kind of like his mog actually. It just like looks like a homeless guy. You know, maybe just a homeless homie. Who knows, right? Lock 436 equip 1 day from 420. Dude, that is nuts. That is actually kind of nuts. That's actually kind of insane. Kind of even unbelievable to some degree. That's awesome though. Happy for you. I do need to get some of my alts. So every time you're like, yo, I got this character, this alt 436, this guy 436, this guy fast kills. Let's go. Oh, Jayhawk, I would have loved to get you. We just filled. Okay, we're good though. This group is ready. Who I'm gonna make lead here? Somebody on the group, please invite. Hold on, can I re-sign up? Is that what it is? Are they still listed? Yes, they are. Please re-invite me. Dal Spectator, please. I left without making one of you lead proper and all that stuff by accident. My brain just short-circuited. Please re-invite me so I can do the whole thing. Whoever's lead. Somebody's lead. One of you guys end up getting lead. It was just getting random. Please, if you can invite me real quick again. That'd be great. Sorry. I didn't set up who's going to be lead or whatnot. Thank you. Oh, sorry about all that. Sorry. Hey, sorry about that. Pass me lead real quick, please. and I can figure out who I'm gonna make lead here. Who do I have here added on Real ID? Anybody? I think I'll need to add one of you guys on Real ID. Cool. We'll do list. Okay, so who is gonna be lead then? I have none of you guys added on Real ID. Who wants lead and Real ID? Who here wants lead in Real ID? Because I think this is literally everybody that I haven't had here ever. Like all fresh bodies except for fast skills, but I never had them. So leader, okay. So I need to see if I can add you on Real ID, friend. Added you, soul leader. I'm gonna be whispering you. All I need you to do is be like, yo, are we ready? Are we not ready? 5 people already? Or like, oh no, we're missing a guy. All that stuff, yeah. That's all I would need you to do, my friend. But I would need to add you first. Do I even have space in Real ID, friends? Who hasn't been online like forever? No format? The G-Funk. Oh, Panda Cage? 18 hours? Who hasn't been online like a long while? Reflex? It's not Flex. 4 months? Is that Flex? I don't even know if Ripflex is the guy. Maybe he is, actually. I don't remember. Hasn't been online like a long while. Milord? Oh, dude, I would feel bad to just like unadd Milord and he comes back and he's like, yo, what the hell happened? Lucron? That's a good homie. Lime Size? I guess we could do Lime Size, yeah. Okay. We'll pop off Lime Size for a second. Added you. Soul Eater Outland. Soul added you. Soul added you to BNet. What's your Real ID? Just so I can find you maybe quicker. Like anybody else, IDKY, what's your ID? What's your ID? Maybe you try to add me before and I can like maybe just search for it or something, yeah? Maybe that's something I can do on my end. Just like an M+ on raid, dude. I wish I could find myself in like a heroic raid and see if I can get that kind of lucky. That's crazy, man. But then again, like even if I just get myself in a run, that's like Vault Gear, isn't it? Okay, beautiful. So that's set up. Took me only forever. Cool. Alright, good. The Warrior. Okay. The Warrior. Have you tried adding me before? The Warrior. You have. There we go. Got you, friend. I got you. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Here we go. Beautiful. Nice. I can lead fast skills. We could probably have you lead as well. Okay. Okay. Passing lead to Soul. And then we're good to go. Now we're ready. Now we're finally ready. I'm just gonna queue up see if we can get in here as soon as possible. Okay, you guys always don't enjoy Blade's Edge Arena. So we're gonna start off, I guess, with a good old Nagrand. Get ourselves a Nagrand, maybe like the Night Mode Nagrand, right? And the Warrior 5 Nagrand 1. Just so we can get ourselves an even map out of the way, and then we can go into our shenanigans maps afterwards, boys. You got okay? Hopefully you got you okay. And hopefully the group's all ready and everything, yeah? First 5-5 duel of the night. Sorry it took us a second here to get it going, but now we are ready to go, boys. By the way, last minute to tell me if like my audio is a little loud or quiet or anything, boys. If I should turn the music up or mic up or whatever. Let me know. Just help me adjust. Help me. Group full. Both groups are full right now, Randall. But we can get them. We'll probably have people cycling out as we usually do as the night goes on. If you hang around for like 5-10 minutes after this arena, I'm sure there's going to be more spots available. I'm going to try to coordinate and organize it as best as I can. I got my homie Koopa helping me out, and hopefully Soul Letter can at least let me know that, hey, we need a couple of bodies. I don't need you to make the groups yourself. You can if you want to, if you know how to do these. But if you just let me know like, hey, we need more bodies, I can always pop in and help out in that regard. Alrighty, so Twitch, we got ourselves 2 groups available. We got Delio, okay, or is it Deliok? Oh, I kind of like this like Death 90 Paladin he's got going on. Wait, that looks wicked. That chest piece, oh, it looks good. Grifka on that team, still a Menace, Rogue Koopa as Assassination this time around. We got ourselves Droog as a Shaman as well as a Sojiro returning as a Fury Warrior. Bon Samdi over for the team too. We got this is crazy. We got us a fast skill. Gonna be first up as a Demonology Soul Eater. Is that supposed to be? Or Soul Eater? Going to be on that team with a Feral Druid as Master Food joins in these duels again. Deli off the bat going in for a trinket, I guess, to try to see if he can counteract the Axe Styles by the Felguard. Going to be a full army of demons on him. It's going to be Deli, potentially might be a bubble situation, or maybe Spell Warden. Going to be a port out of fast skills, trying to deny the Paladin as much damage as possible. Does hit him with a slow blind onto all these pets, but it looks like it does break. Deli's still kind of a rough spot. Does go for the early bubble to try to make sure he's able to counter the damage. Is able to build up a little bit of resources. Why he's got the Crusade Wings on him. While Crusade Wings do last a little bit longer, they do come with a hefty 2-minute cooldown, and it looks like they just fall off. It does let you ramp up quite a bit of damage, but they're not as up often as like normal wings, which are a minute CD. These are 2 minutes, so this man is not really going to have the most potential until about like what, a minute 40 from now, from this point. But I love this man's mug. If anything, you know what, he doesn't even need wings. I would love to Paladins, you know what, I would have loved to see Paladins being able to get like a different customizable wings. Like imagine like that Deathly Death Knight mog, some kind of like a Deathly Necrotic wings or something. Maybe at some point in the future, yeah. Gonna be Deli charging him with a stun onto fast skills. Darkpack immediately. Mortal setting him out in the other direction with a stun right after. The man get the lockdown every single time. Does Deli have an answer? Final wreck. Got himself laying hands. Kind of out in the open. No slow can stop for a second. Has a wall available as well. His soul was ripped out of his body for just a second. Fast skills got himself last bit of mobility together with a port stun from a distance. Does have himself all the pets onto Deli. Could go for a few potentially. Trying to see if he can go for handle done. Trying to see if he can maybe get a juke out. Does get a juke out. Potentially good damage out of fast skills, taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like Deli's able to break past this Warlock's defenses, has a wall in case he needs to fear onto Deli, got himself even more pets available. Demon Dog is charging in, stun, but it's going to be stunned back to Deli, maybe in trouble. I think it's over, and fast skills just able to overpower him with that army of demons, able to port away his Drug, trying to see if he can go for a bit of a root, or yeah, Drug. Trying to see if we go for a bit of a root. So up to every other show besides Droog. There's a man trying to see if he can drop down the totems, jab himself full stun Sunder, as well as big Ascetus. Is that a proc Ascetus? No, real Ascetus does get feared out for just last second. Tyrant joining in. This is where Droog either needs to capitalize on the damage, knocking back all of these demons, trying to see if he can fight through this army. And Fastskill's not doing that great on health. Ascendant's down for just a second. Does get his soul ripped out of his body for a moment. Burrow to follow, knock up right after, does have a port. Last second, Fastskill's with no health whatsoever. Has himself all the demons surrounding Droog, but he just needs one more Eleventh blast and is able to capitalize with it, taking down the Warlock, shutting him down after he's just versed a Paladin. Soul Eater is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get himself all the same pets available. Does have a slightly different setup together with a Fel Lord that he can use offensively or defensively, pushing in with that thing, dropping down the Obby. And this is where Droog, I think, is just going to back up for a second. Is playing the Shaman build where he has some long cooldowns and short cooldowns. You got Ghost Wolves, you got yourself Bloodlust, where you can just go in for big combos of damage, and then you get yourself the big Ascendants in case you really want to go for a Haymaker against the enemy target. So he's got himself a mix of combos of abilities. Going to be stunned around the corner, able to get quite a bit of decent damage to the Soul Eater though, with Ellie Blast around the corner. Does have himself the Earth Elemental, who's not only taunting some of the demons, surrounding demons to himself, which is taking pressure off of Droog, but also gives Droog quite a bit of extra health to work with. Going to be a big lockdown by Warlock. It's going to be a Demon Bolt last second, but no, Mortal too. All get absorbed into Grounding Totem. Droog trying to see if he can find some cover. Root onto the entire demonic army. If he can control the demons as well as Soul Eater, he'll be in a fantastic spot. The man's out of any kind of health, does have some imps following him around the corner, and as long as you can maybe get yourself some cooldowns back versus Soul, you may be okay. I was gonna say for a second, it looked like his Ghost Rolls takes a while to come back. I was gonna say this, he's not running the cooldown reduction for it. I was gonna say maybe that's like the first time I've seen a Shaman not run it, but it looks like it is active. It's just not as like quick. I think it's because he just hasn't had the uptime on the Soul to get a Maelstrom generation, but a big Ellie Blast is going to be a big defensive, trying to see if he can punch right through the shield. So let it get himself all the demons onto Droog, into a root right after, trying to see if he can find himself to cover. Not really doing great on health. He's still getting chased by the Felguard. Could be potentially like an axe also around the corner. It's going to be a whirlwind, trying to stun all of these pets, control him as best as possible, stun for him back to back. Does have a trinket as well. Does he have any more defenses for ability? He does have big wall. He does have guardian. He could potentially activate either one of these things just to get himself more health. Got himself Ghost Raptors into a full-on knockdown. That's going to be a Mortical running him out with a stun to full. I think Soul Letter may just have him. Knockback last second. Trying to go for an interrupt. Sunder in order to get another interrupt. Needs one more big global. Does he have it here? Soul Letter trying to see if he can back up out of there. He has no health whatsoever, but he's barely alive just because this man is a Warlock in heart. Oh my god, like a Lanza catches him, Dark Pack, does he live? Oh, Alley Blast to finish him off, man. These Warlocks, they won't go down. You gotta make sure to double tap him every single time. Stun onto the Shaman. Droog does have a big heal. Potentially could be pretty good here until Master goes in for the big Jaws of Life, just biting down on the man's neck. Nothing he can do about it at this point. Stun onto Master. Immediately goes in for a Barkskin. That's going to be mad secret technique. Has to trick and wall. Maybe every defensive needs to be used here as Grifka got himself the most amount of damage in the opener. Shadow Blades activated. Even an evasion just to make sure that Master can't even respond back to the guy. Big Shadow Strike to follow. Nothing he can really do about it. Master might just be in an unwinnable position. Got himself the Heart of the Wild to give himself as much a better bear healing and is just healing bear form, increasing his armor and just trying to see if he can play into the hybrid playstyle, but there's just nothing he can do. Once you fall behind even a little bit against the rogue, I think it's just over. But dampening isn't even all that high, it's only 28%, but if he's got that wound poison on top of it, then yeah, definitely would do it. Grifka does get hit with a slow totem. Is that a root totem or just a slow? Stun onto Bonsumdi. Does go for the knock. It is an elemental shaman. Burrow down. Does avoid the secret technique. Big pop-up into Grifka, but he does go in for the vanish. That was actually a nice little pop-up with a burrow. It looks like Grifka is slowed, but not in combat. I feel like this is why like a root totem is just, I guess in some sense, stronger than the, what is it, the slow totem. If only the slow totem had the same ability to like get stealthies out of stealth. That'd be kind of nuts. Kind of like a Tart Trap does. But I guess not really. Gonna be a Grifka trying to see if he can get himself a setup versus Bonsumdi. He does go for the knockback for the last second, but it's gonna be Grifka. Shadow Step back to him. Cheap shot yet again. Trying to see if he can set up another secret technique. Does he get to? Cloaker Shot is available in case he needs to. Bonsumdi needs himself a big go into Grifka. Just some kind of a huge proc. Cloaker Shot is for the rogue. Bonsumdi trying to see if he can juke it out. Gouge by Grifka. Trying not to give out a kick. And last second does go in for the gouge and a blind instead of just committing an interrupt. Might be able to go here. There's going to be a wall still out of Bonsumdi. Rogue catches another result. Lightning Lasso has a trigger for it in case he needs to. Bonsumdi needs something right here, right now. Big knocker to the Rogue does let him separate. Grifka does have himself quite a bit of damage to the ready Shadow Blades as well. Could be maybe a good go by the Rogue. Slow totems down, but it doesn't quite root him in place though, which is unfortunate. It does go for the Shadow Strike on the healing totem to disrupt Bonsumdi's self-healing. Literally trying to make sure this man has no way to recover. Knockback right after. Is it going to be secret technique? Bonsumdi does not have anything for this one. Trying to see if he can leap away from Grifka. Grifka Shadow stepping right after. Mad Eviscerates back to back. I think may just have him. Getting a shot, just locking him down. Nothing the man could do. And Crazy Shammy last one left as yet another elemental shaman. These ally shamans having to fight the rogues, man, that may not be, oh my goodness, may not be the best for them whatsoever. We'll see how Crazy does it though. What kind of build do you got going on? I think about the same, right? Full lava build, Sky Fury, Ellie, everything. You could also pick up the Eye on the other side, but I think Grifka is going to be camping that one very, very tightly. What's up, Shane? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one. How do I join? I'll show you guys how to join after this arena. How does that sound? I'll let you guys know exactly how to join in after this one. It's just an LFG thing. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join though. But yeah, I hope you guys are out after this one, okay? How are we gonna do this? Is he actually just... You know what Grifky's gonna do? He's gonna do this trick where... It's not even a trick. He's just gonna sit in stealth until that Earth Elemental is gone. While the thing is up, it doesn't really like disrupt the rogue, but it does give Crazy quite a bit more health, and it's a big Earth Elemental, so he could go for the full stun. Sap into Ellie, stun the Ellie with the kidney. Cheap shot with Crazy. He does go for the knock. Gonna be able to reconnect. Secret technique right after. Crazy does get himself a proc of Sky Fury into a big damage potentially. Grifka with an evasion. Does he go for a cloak? Goes for a cloak very, very late. Crazy Shaman does activate himself random ascendants. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a cast while moving. Potentially could still be an opportunity for Shaman to turn this around to Grifka. Does himself a big go into a knockback. Lava Burst, big damage. Earthshock to follow. Grifka does dive into a restyle, but it's going to be Earthquake. He's walking over. He's still got dots on him. If Crazy can reconnect with the guy right now, maybe even Lasso, I think that would do it. But does still have a trinket technically. Grifka does try to see if he can get away into yet another root totem around the corner. Try to see if he can catch himself a restyle. The Fire Elemental should be able to get Grifka back into combat. Is going to drop down a big meteor on the guy. Trinkets out of the cheap shot. Burrow. Oh, cheat death right after. Does Grifka have any outs whatsoever? Shadow Meld last second into Earthquake. Does he get him? Oh, run. Frost Shock and taking him out. My God. Hold on. Crazy Shaman. Actually, maybe Crazy. This man did take down a rogue. Got himself also the Shadow Flame enchant too. Interesting. Lightning Last on Sejuro does get yet another knockback, has himself plenty of mobility to reconnect with the enemy target. But crazy, if he can get himself yet another route onto Sejuro, any slows would be ideal. Warriors don't really deal with routes all that easily, especially as Fury Warrior lost access in Dragonflight to Bladestorm. It just does not really give him a lot of options to break out of those routes whatsoever. Isn't there a PvP town that does take you out of routes though? I don't know how often it gets used, or maybe they removed it at some point. That might have actually. I think it's because maybe it had very little play. I need to double check that one. Into a Primordial Bolt onto Sejuro. Sky Fury at the ready does end up focusing down on Totem. Charge it back into Crazy. That's going to be Earthshock. Knockback yet again. Could be potentially another knockback. Trying to go for a Hex. Does he get interrupted? Doesn't get interrupted last second. Sejuro trying to make sure to save those pummels at the very end when he knows that the enemy is going to finish off the full cast. Lightning Lasso right after into a root into Sejuro, but it looks like it does end up burning away to all the flamey dots. It's going to be a Frost Shock onto the Warrior. Does get rooted. Fear onto Crazy. Shaman looks like Crazy actually does have a pretty good go versus Sejuro. Yet another freeze root into Stormbolt from a distance. This Lava Burst and Flame Shocks are chipping away the Warrior's health though. And Crazy still able to stabilize here at the 57% dampening. Earthquake around the corner. Potentially maybe another big setup with a Lava Burst. It's going to be Sejuro at no hope whatsoever. Shock to follow. Does he get the Flame Shock? Instead, Lava Burst is going to be Reflect last second. Does throw in more lava. Oh, with yet another Earth Shock to bury the Warrior. With Koopa last one left, does Koopa end up bringing it back for his team, or does Crazy still have some more fight in him? It's going to be a Garrote by the Rogue. Crazy may just have to wait until Deathmark. He could clear it off if he could just go in for a full Dark Iron Racial. And there goes. Deathmark removed. All the bleeds removed. Koopa has to restabilize everything back on him. He still has a lot of pressure onto Crazy, don't get me wrong. Cloak of Shadows may be in a situation here. Does go for the Cloak as he gets Earthshock for big. Crazy got himself big, healing big damage as well. It's going to be Earthquake for just a second. Koopa does end up going for advantage. Crazy dropping in a bunch of Earthquakes on the ground, since those do physical damage. They can get the Rogue out in the open, even past the Cloak of Shadows, and even knock him down. But Crazy does get himself a bit of recovery. And got himself the trusty Fire Elemental at the ready. Koopa catching up a little bit of healing behind the pillar, but it's going to be a root totem around the corner. Does get hit with Primordial. Blind to follow. Could Trinket, but probably wants to save it until a little bit later. Koopa is actually kind of in danger right now. Could be a situation where he doesn't really get himself a big go. Being able to just Dark on Racial that Deathmark is huge. Sky Fury is down. Wants to reconnect. Has a Lava Burst ready. Sap around the corner for Koopa. Does end up waiting down to between those Flame Shock ticks, so he's able to at least stabilize a little bit. Crazy wants to get in there as soon as possible. If only he had an Elemental available. But it looks like Koopa will be able to wait out that entire Flame Shock. So it should be at least okay. But Crazy trying to see if he can push in, pick up the eye, not give this Rogue an opportunity to catch a breather. For Koopa, he needs another big go. Deathmark coming back up in 46 seconds. But Crazy is saving his Trinket, I guess, until maybe that point. In case he really needs one. He definitely will need to pair some kind of a defensive for that Deathmark, if at all possible. It's Crazy trying to see if he can find himself. Angle versus Koopa. Did pick up the eyes, but doesn't quite find the guy. Maybe a root totem around the corner would help. But at this point, does he have any elementals coming back up? Fire Ellie, Earth Ellie? I would imagine by this point he'd have something. Dampening is at 69, 70%. Koopa's still trying to see if he can recover some of the wounds. 15 seconds left on that Deathmark, so I think he's going to commit for it. Garrote, as the Earth Elemental is available, it's going to get a stun to Koopa, forcing the trick out of the guy's stun onto Crazy. Does get hit with the Blades before Deathmark comes out. It's going to go for big, instead it's random proc. Big Lava Burst to follow. Does he have himself a good setup? Needs to get a rune to Koopa. More Lava Burst flying in. Gouge onto the Earth Elemental. Frost Shock. More Lava Burst. Earth Shock has to deal with the cheat death. Let's take him out. Burrow. Oh, no way. Oh, what a flashy knockup, dude. This Shaman. Crazy Shaman popping up. What is this? Oh my goodness. Hey, dude, not only did he fight through Grifka, he fought through Koopa as well as Sejuro. A lot of these guys are not just regular Jane and Joes off the street. These are the regular boys and girls, man. Let's go. That was so awesome. Dude, that Burrow. I think he's done Burrow on Grifka and now he's done Burrow onto Koopa. I think it's literally just like, okay, finish the strat. When they got nothing left, I'm just gonna pop off on them. Burrow is actually so good counter against the Cloak of Shadows. It's physical damage. That's quite a lot. Let's get another going, boys, yeah? That's so good. Okay, let me know if group is ready. Let me know if group is still 5 and ready. Same to the Warrior. Let me know if group is still 5 and ready. Otherwise, toss me an invite and I can help you reform the group together. What's up, Seavark? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one. Do you know Chrysler made it into AWC, dude? They got top 4 or something. Ready? 2 seconds? Okay, okay. Cool with that. EU 90? 90? 90, yes, 90. Pictures before disaster from Atha. Oh my god, you goober. You absolute goober. Alrighty, so hopefully the warrior will be back in here in a bit. I love it when shamans come in here to represent. Kian, I love it too, man. I feel like over the last few weeks we've had a lot of rogue representation, which is good, right? Rogue's a strong class in PvP in particular. That's not like out of the ordinary. I think we've seen a lot of rogues for like quite a bit. So it seemed like a balanced druid last week was just joy. Seeing a mage pop off is really, really cool. Shaman, like elemental, awesome too. Enhancement as well. Death Knight, we don't have a lot of those. I think it's a lot of pallies and rogues recently though. But man, it's kind of weird to see how good like a Bulmy is or elemental shaman is. I guess melee classes specifically, you know what I mean? Oh, warlocks too. I guess there's Crazy. We also had him here and a couple other warlocks. I guess warlocks are pretty staple class right now this season, as they were of last season. But yeah, I think just shamans and boomies, like if they get a good setup, they could really just run and kite and melee all in circles. There's just almost nothing they could do. With the knockbacks of Ali right now and the damage you can do, it's kind of great. 4 out of 5 ready. Did you get someone left? 4 out of 5 ready. Did somebody leave, or is it like one person isn't ready? So like, wait, give me a second. Depends what you mean. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for the warrior to get a fifth, I think. Or they're almost already one, or maybe there's still 5 man, but one person didn't respond. Oh, Fast Skills, they're waiting on you. Yeah, what are we waiting for? They're waiting on you because apparently you didn't respond if you're there or not. But are you ready, Fast Skills? I guess we can just queue up, yeah? Well, it was in the chat. He asked, what are we waiting for? Okay, I'll queue up. Queue up now. Okay, a bit confusion. Do we do Blade's Edge? Do we do Blade's Edge, boys? Do we do the Blades? I like Blade's Edge Arena. Or do we do like Blackrook Hold, man? I want to do Blackrook Hold. I feel like you guys don't really like Blade's Edge. I personally do. So we'll delay Blade's Edge by like a hair, and then we'll do Blade's Edge after this Blackrook Hold. Because I like Blackrook Hold. I think it's a fantastic arena. I like the environment. I think the pillars and stuff are kind of okay, really. I think it offers a nice playing field for like duels in particular. Guys, you got focus. Hard, I was watching him play on Chan's channel. Yeah, I imagine. I mean, it's a warlock, right? So you kind of want to shut him down as soon as possible. But also, if you've seen Chrysler play, it's like, okay, this man knows how to play warlock, right? He's not just like some random warlock that just pop off out of nowhere. But because Chrysler plays like at the high-end circles all the time anyway, right? He's probably pretty well known over in the EU side, or at least people have seen that name here and there more than once. So yeah, the Chrysler definitely got a recognizable name, whether it is by these duels here or by his own volition, which I imagine a good portion of it is his own volition. Man made a name for himself, you know what I mean? I don't want to take that away from him. Alright, so Twitch. We got ourselves team 1 together with Daylock. I messed up your name last. Oh, I like this Crystal Warrior thing. You know what that reminds me of? You kind of look like that one champion from League. I forget his name. Mine is. You don't have a shield though. That's the only difference. Got to be Grifka on the team. Is it going to be first? Potentially. Cooper on that Outlaw Rogue. Interesting. He just hit him with a Gonna be Droog on the Shaman as well as Tajiro. It looks like Grifka's gonna be first up versus Crazy Shaman. A bit of a rematch between the two. Last time these two fought each other, Crazy walked in, popped off, and kind of left Grifka in the dirt. It's gonna be seen if Grifka can maybe do this again. Get a shot onto the big Earth Elemental. It's gonna be a cheap shot onto Crazy Shaman. Goes in for the secret technique. Crazy just has to stay in this for hold his line for a little bit longer here. Grifka does try to see if he can go for a secret technique. And Crazy, I think, try to knock him on that secret. Gonna be a big clock of shadows immediately for Grifka. Crazy Shaman got himself plenty of defense in case he needs to recover. Does get himself plenty of recovery. Knockback onto Grifka. The Rogue has a smoke bomb. Trying to see if he can give him some cover. Gonna be Earthquake to follow. Is doing quite a bit of damage. Shadow Step back in. Frost Shark to follow. Could potentially be a Shadow Meld situation. Does Shadow Meld already early on. It's gonna be a Fire Elemental. Blasted off a big meteor onto Grifka. Just continuing to blast the guy back to back. Hit Shot to follow. Does have a knockback. Gonna be Shadow Step yet again. Does he have another secret technique, or is he still behind? Does he have a secret technique again? Cheap shot as a wall comes out for Crazy. Grifka may need to go for advantage right now, unless maybe He does go for the vanish, trying to see if he can get aggressive. Get a shot, trying to disrupt Crazy Shaman. Gouge to follow, trying to make sure he doesn't get any healing, but he does still have a trinket to follow though, so he might be okay. Wait, actually, hold on a second. Maybe Crazy takes him out. Vanish yet again, Earthquake to follow, knock it away, then into a freeze right after, does have a trinket for the freeze, it's gonna be a knockback on Secret Technique. Wait, Crazy looking for the recovery, Grifka does not have any outs anymore. Is this where Crazy maybe takes him out? Earthquake around the corner, wants to keep the rogue in there as best as possible, Earthquake on either side, you can't leave it whatsoever. It is actually doing quite a bit of solid periodic damage too. Gouge to follow, Grifka needs a kidney shot yet again, Crazy does have a trinket for this one in case he ever needs to. Grifka does not have an out whatsoever. Frost Shock to follow before he can go for a kidney shot. Is this where maybe you take him out? Lava Burst does knock down for a second until the Lava Burst to follow into Earth Shock, into a knockback. Oh, Crazy does end up outplaying Grifka entirely. I felt like it was Grifka playing the big setup game the entire time, but Crazy Shaman got a better setup than ever into a grounding totem for Droog in case that a Lava Burst was going to pop off big time with a bunch of procs. So Shaman is going to go for last of his own versus Droog, trying to see if he can break that tether with a knockback, but he's going to get knocked into the room into a Ghost to make sure he doesn't get rooted too quickly. Frost Shocks are going to keep him down. Earthquakes as well as Earth Shocks. Not Earthquakes. Earth Shocks, Lava Bursts, and everything is going to be quite bad for the guy. It's going to go for a bit of a burrow. Burrow down for Droog. Trying to see if he can chase after him. It's just two Shamans chasing against each other. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen Shamans play burrow into each other like that before. Just chase it. It's not like anything happened. It's just unusual to see. Gonna be Crazy. Popping up with the big defenses as well. Got himself a little bit of that Guardian Spirit, so any damage, any healing he does is gonna end up killing himself as well. Droog getting knocked back as he got himself a full Ascendance, and as long as Crazy can control this Ascendance, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Placing down all of the totems, taking down all of these other totems by Droog as well. Is it going to be Lightning Lasso with a knockback to follow? Crazy Shaman potentially going for an interrupt into Alien Blast. Looks like Droog did not have the Maelstrom in order to get himself a full Elemental Blast, which is an interesting. Lightning Lasso for Crazy is going to be able to chip away at the health of the Enhancement Shaman with the freezes to follow. It's going to be Droog trying to see if he can reconnect. Frost Shock, Earth Shocks are going to be back up in action with the Primordial getting set up. Mad damage, big crits with Sky Fury. Does end up taking out Sky Fury, stun into Crazy in between with all that commotion. It's going to go for the double back stun as well as Droog trying to see if he can get himself a bit more recovery. Crazy does end up removing the Flame Shock off of him, but it's going to go for a bit of a knockup for Droog as well, which isn't ideal for Crazy, but being able to go for the Darker and Racial does give him a little bit extra secondary stats, or primary stats rather, that maybe you could use it for damage. Into a Lightning Lasso does recover a little bit of health, has one in case he needs to. Big Bloodless available for Droog. Does he take him on right here? Try to get some procs. That's going to be big. Ascendance up proc for Crazy. It does end up just absolutely overpowering him with just the power of lava. Koopa going to be up next with an interrupt immediately as an Outlaw. Trying to see if he can get himself a setup. Dance available. Trying to see if he can get himself as much ambush pressure versus Crazy. Does go in for the wall. It's going to be juked out, so maybe potentially could just go for a bunch of casts onto Koopa. Could be maybe a Vanish situation. Vanish situation is up into a Shadow Step, yet another ambush. Trying to see if he can apply as much pressure onto Crazy with a Killing Spree to follow. Does that again and last it off. Cloak of Shadows for that Hex does not have an interrupt anymore. So Crazy trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of recovery. Koopa maybe a little bit behind right now though. Getting a shot onto Crazy. Forcing out a trinket. It's going to be immediate blind as he's looking for a bit of a reset behind the pillar. But he is burning down a little bit behind there with an Earthquake also chipping away at him. Frost Shock to follow. Ice Fury right after. I think Crazy is the first time we've seen him pop off a proper Ice Fury. So now he's got himself the most amount of instant cast potential, especially if he can go for those Frost Shocks together with Lava Bursts. He most likely has a talent where Frost Shocks kind of like destabilize the enemy target, where next Lava Burst does what, 20% more damage? Unless it's reduced in PvP. Crazy Shaman trying to see if he can get around Koopa, knock back, Shadow Step again, trying to see if he can lock him down with those stuns, able to go for double back cheap shots while Dance is active, but he's still playing it very, very defensively. The Outlaw Rogue trying to see if he can find himself an out in this situation, but playing around the pillar isn't helping him whatsoever, because you got freezes, you got knocks, you got earthquakes behind the pillar, and then you got a lasso to catch it last second. I don't think there's nothing you can do. I think just a lightning bolt right after as the Sky Fury proc appears with a tier set. Well done. With Dan Low gonna be up next, trying to see if he can just slam down past Crazy, doing quite a bit of damage. Crazy going in for a Hex, trying to see if he can force a trinket out of the guy. Does get a trinket out of him. Knockbacks is all he has. While the Hand of Freedom is up on Deli, definitely needs to remove it as best as possible. Deli does end up playing a playstyle where Judgments do remove magic debuffs off of him, which actually could be great for Crazy Shaman. As long as you keep a Flame Shock on the guy, that's a free knockout that you can apply onto Deli at all times. So Deli can just be running at you, sprinting at you, but then get knocked up into the air, and there's just nothing you can do. Being able to remove the roots though, that's gonna be fantastic. But the knock-up, not gonna be great, I think. Big lay on hands. Actually, potentially, maybe Crazy could make something happen off of this. Knock back on the Deli, trying to see if he can catch back up to the guy, removing all these dots of himself. Looks like there's a DR with a knock-up at some point into a lasso. I think he just has him here. What is this? Shaman, oh ho ho! No way! Wait, so Jura is the last one left. This man is absolutely dominating the Dragonflight arenas. Ice Fury, while the mid is caught out in the open, does gonna go for a reflect into yet another freeze on that charge. So Jiren needs to find a way to catch up. Does get the bleeds on Crazy. He has himself the Dark Iron Racial in case he needs to. Using a normal trinket, does put the Dark Iron Racial on a little bit of a DR, trying to go for as much damage as well as knockback, so to say, Jiren to keep him at bay. But once he gets set up with the big bleeds, I was thinking he was gonna Dark Iron Racial all those bleeds, and I think ideally that's what he wants to do. But once he trinket, it puts the other on DR. Gonna be yet another reflect. Lava burst flying in. Sejure, does he have an answer for any of these? Does have something defensive, but there's nothing he can do. Walks it out. Sky Fury has to purchase that over the Shaman. Does get out of the lasso with a trinket into Shockwave to follow. Burrow right after. Sejure can take a lot of damage here. Does take a pretty big hit with a Burrow damage. And it's gonna be a Fury to follow into Crazy. Sejure desperately needs recovery. He needs an Earth Elemental to attack, or a Fire Alley, or he needs to just find himself an opportunity to get a couple Bloodthirsts as well as an impending victory off of Crazy Shaman, just so the man can get himself a little bit of a reset. Does go in for the totem. He's literally trying to see if he can snipe these totems if they're near him at this point. If there's a totem nearby, honestly, better target than his Crazy Shaman at this point. It's going to be more Frost Shock, Earth Shocks to follow. Should probably get rooted at some point. Going to be a Lava Burst set up yet again into yet another Sky Fury. Does himself a big go. Big Lava Burst flying in. Frost Shock potentially. Does he have him? Shockwave. Oh, killed him with a knockback. No way. The man had so little health. He killed him with a knockback at that point. Oh my god, dude. Yo, Elemental looking kind of good right now. And the tier set too. The Sky Fury every 50 seconds. You don't even need to talent into one. That's actually so good. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's crazy. All right, let's get us another one going, yeah? On a mouse maybe? The Warrior is suggesting we shuffle the teams. We could. Technically we could. Technically we could. But I'm sure as the night goes on, some people will drop out, so the teams will naturally be shuffled, if that makes any sense. We could do that if you wanted to, Warrior. Like if Azrael and his group are like, yo, do you want to shuffle it up a little bit? So when does Atho replaces Shaman? It's like, don't give me Atho, don't give me Atho, not Atho. So is Atho replacing the Shaman? He'd rather fight Atho. He'd rather fight his Nightmare because new Nightmare is taken over. As you rode that Crazy just left. Oh, okay. Works out. Works. Works. And so I can take over real quick. Yo, dude, absolutely insane, dude. Actually insane. Invite me real quick, the Warrior, and I can take over that group and I can rehost it. I'll let you know how to do it. It's pretty easy. Like if you wanted to give it a try, you could. We just listed over in the raids legacy section, and you would just list it as like I usually do Molten Core, but it doesn't really matter what you list it as. I usually list my stuff as Molten. Invite Atho? Oh, the other group also lost a friend, so I can join in a sec after I do them. Thank you so much, the Warrior, for helping me out here, my guy. But I'll need you to be lead then, Koopa. Want to listen PvP custom so we can do cross faction stuff. Otherwise, PvP custom isn't great for like sometimes it is, but I DK how people enable it. Yeah, because sometimes I have seen groups that are custom PvP that do have cross faction enabled, but I don't really know how they do it. So there are sometimes groups that can enable it. I don't know how they enable it. There's no like setting whenever I do custom PvP, but some of them do find a way to apply like a cross faction group. Hope you smash some games. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm lead. So indeed, Uno Mas boys over for the Team Koopa. If you guys want to join in, these roguey boys, Feel free. Also, the warrior's like, you know what? These melee, man, they need a bit of assistance. They want to shuffle the melee so they're not getting all blasted. And I'm just like, bro, some of these melee got like some of the best melee classes and melee players we've had in these dueling arena too. So it's just like this shaman is just on another level. This guy's just insane. Love seeing that, man. I love seeing that. We saw Boomkit last week too, which was incredible. I love that. I love that. I do like the variety, man. I love it. Gonna start gearing for Demon Hunter Tomb for PvP. World boss to piss people off. Go for it. Okay, so this group set easily. Jayhawk in immediately. Beautiful. Okay, so I can make a lead. I can delist ya. I can make a lead. Bam. Reinv. Other group. There we go. Perfect. Pass lead. Pass lead, friend. Here we go. If you pass me the lead, we'll be good to go. Looks like we're missing, how many bodies? We need one more? Is that it? So if we do something like this, hold on. Raid. Yeah, so we need one more. So yeah, that'll be easy to track. So uno más for this one, and we'll be good to go. Because Azrael, Koopa's team, all ready. We just need uno más for this one. Where's my man, Huge Butt Man? I mean, even if you join the Shaman, I think there'd be way too many Shamans at this point, but it's still low to see that guy come back in, you know what I mean? Level 56 Nightborn? Where are your shoulders, man? You got Azurites? Is that a transmog? That gotta be a mog, right? That's gotta just be like RP or something, yeah? Gotta be. Alrighty, so we need uno más boys. It will be good to go. And we'll join them. How is the Shaman going up in health while being bursted with Shadow Dance? OP, Elio, or Outlaw Trash? I think it's a mix of both. Like, range classes are really strong right now, Koopa. But also Outlaw, they tried to like, what is it? They removed that crit damage thing that we kind of needed in order to do damage. Like, we didn't really do a lot of damage to begin with, but like we crit a lot and crits did a lot of damage for us. So it was like, okay, at least we have sustained damage. But then we're like, all right, all crit damage brought down. But Outlaw gets like a 5% buff in their mastery. And a 5% Sinister Strike buff, which is like, well, we ambush, but okay. And like a 5% buff to dispatch. I was like, I guess. It looked like it was going to be enough of buffs because it was like little buffs here and there. But like altogether, that crit thing was just too valuable. We underestimated it. So yeah, then we need to do an overhaul for Outlaw and buff it quite a bit in PvP if they really wanted to come back. But maybe they'll have, because they did say something like, our talents do need a bit of rework for the next 10.1.5 build because of the Ghost of Strike trinket thing interaction that we're doing right now. So hopefully they'll have us fixed up by then, right? They'll probably give us like, hopefully, I mean, if they're working on Death Knights right above them, hopefully they'll take a look at Outlaw and be like, all right, well, actually let's give these guys all a solid buff, you know? Buff out the PvP, please give us red buff back. I honestly, if they just were to buff abilities by like what, 10, 15 or 20%, it would put us on the same row as some of the other classes. And if they could maybe do the whole thing with pistol shot between the eyes combo, can actually do real damage instead of just being like a wet noodle, that also would help. I would like a mastery to be changed entirely too. Like, ideally, it's not great, you know, it's like a random chance with some scaling, but like not great. 30% chance to hit, and it does an auto attack with the damage. You can make it a little stronger. I would have loved our mastery to just be like, your auto attack damage, mastery improves your auto attack damage by a certain amount. How cool would that be? Because like anything that has to do with auto attack damage or weapon stuff would like scale super easily, and then slicing dice would have even more of like a meaning to Outlaw. And it would be like a good sustain thing that also does well in Cleave, because the auto attacks can also Blade Flurry. I think that would be on a much better mastery, because then it has like a linear scaling to it, and they could maybe like adjust it, but it would be more consistent. At least then you could invest into mastery, and you can have a guaranteed damage. Auto attacks in PvP would be kind of weird, but like being able to lock somebody down and just smack them with big auto attacks, like that'd be kind of cool actually. You know, I think they should hopefully do something like that. 30% buff to all abilities, mastery, and 30% no noodle spree. Yeah, noodle spree would be great. If they give us a proper killing spree that feels like a big button in PvP, that'd be great too. Like that ability that just wreck people, it would feel great. Self, we got a boy, we got a body, boys. Hey, let's go. Here we are. Alrighty, we're good to go. Good to go. What the hell are you doing? Hold on, is South an actual like? Is he trying to actually do a... Take your DPS. Sorry, South. South. This... We aren't actually doing... He thinks you're actually doing Molten Core. I was thinking for a second, wait a second. And I'm like, wait, he's all PvE gear. I know. Wait, you're joining duels? As a tanker DPS? Yeah. Do Havoc then. I got confused. Friend. Okay, so Seb does join the duels. Except he was setting up as a tank or the healer. As a tanker DPS. The DPS. The DPS, because Vengeance would be weird. Get back Havoc. I'm gonna wait until his Havoc. I'm gonna wait until his Havoc. Oh my god. What the hell? But his last time? Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Oh, okay. Okay. I saw PvE gear. I thought you were trying to do let me see. Like a Mog run or something. Okay, we're ready then. Alright, South, good luck, my guy. Let's see how this works out. I don't know if PvE gear... Oh, just doing time walking? Oh, okay. Cool. You do only one? Yes, I do. Yes, I do only once. Okay, cool. So, Soul. Make it delete again. Koopa, hopefully you're ready. And let's get you guys in here, yeah? Wanna join? Sure, I'm the boss. You're welcome to join after this one, yeah? After this one. We'll do a quick run and we'll get you in maybe. Okay. Blades. Okay, boys. I know you're like, no, please don't do Blades Edge Arena. Oh, I like Blades Edge Arena. I know it's got that annoying bridge, but I like the environment, and I feel like for duels, it's just so classic. Plus, you have a big old ogre who I can relate with because, you know, he's chunky, I'm chunky. You know, he's got a... Does he have a horn on his head? Because some of them do, some of them don't. Hold on, do you? Oh, he does have a big old horn. Hold on. If you tilt your camera forward, strafe, and space, you could go super fast. Okay, look at this boy. You know, he got big old tusks. I got big old tusks. He got big old nostrils. I got big old nostrils. I can relate with that, man. You know, I don't get the fit though. You know, I don't think a loincloth would fit me super well, but maybe we can be adventurous one day. All right, let's get ourselves another 5v5 1v1 duels going here, boys. Switch. Got ourselves Deadlock over for the team one. Ready to go is Retribution Paladin Grifka. Oh, Yellow Banana Man. I like it. Oh, even the tabard. That looks good. We got ourselves Grifka. We got ourselves Jayhawk Wizard making a return as a fiery mage this time. And it's got the Mog to show it off to Koopa and the Outlaw. And we got Droog in the back, just kind of staring off into a wall. One zombie over for the team one. Team two at the ready. Fast goes on that team. We got South going to be first up, getting sapped up by Grifka. Immediate trinket off the bat as Grifka is going to try to see if he can punish the team another and probably not give him an out whatsoever. Blur does come out. Stun last second. Does South have an answer here? Is it no help whatsoever? Gouge to follow on that IBM. Grifka is going to end up bathing in all that fell. Ooh, as the hunt comes out, Grifka does go in for the jugular, taking him out. So letter on that team as well as Masterfoot as well. Do they not have Crazy here anymore? Oh no, Crazy left? Oh no. Well, actually, I guess for the team one, for Grifka, he no longer has to worry about the Shaman locking him down and not letting him play. So I guess there is that. Is Bonsomni going to be up next over for the team two? Also an Elemental Shaman. We'll see how he does. Last time him and Grifka, I think, fought each other. So this is maybe a bit of a rematch between the two. Grifka got himself the Deadly Intent. Shadow Blades has been activated. He's going to Shadow Strike immediately. Get a shot right from Bonsomni, trying to make sure he doesn't give him much of a break in between. Trying to also position to make sure if there's a knockback, he doesn't go flying off of the bridge, but he's getting the Shadow Steps ready in case he needs to. No knockback for Bonsomni. So later does go for the step as he goes in for a leap right after. It's either going to be Bonsomni yeeting the rogue off the bridge, or he's going to yeet himself off of the bridge just to make sure he doesn't have to worry about Grifka as well. Going to be trying to go for a bit of a reset behind the pillars. Grifka looking for for a bit of escape. That's going to be Root Totem this time around. 170 does get hit with a gouge. Grifka is going to end up breaking his own gouge to follow cat stun right after. Into a knockback, does have a shadow step right after. 170 trinkets with a burrow, trying to see if he can get a knock up into Grifka. Potentially does catch him out in the open with a freeze to follow. Lava Burst doing quite a bit of damage. Grifka hold on to a Cloak of Shadows until later. Earth Shock into a Lava Burst. Potentially could be a defensive. Rogue does go in for the Cloak of Shadows right now, trying to build up a little bit of damage onto 170. Does have any more mobility? He's going to go for a bit of a vanish in order to give himself cooldowns back in again. Maybe he could go for a Kidney Shot off of this. Does he have a Flame Shock on him? Looks like he's clean actually. So 170 definitely needs to maintain a Flame Shock if at all possible on the Rogue, because now would have been a great situation to get him out. No knockback, I think, for 170 does get it last second, but it's going to be the Rogue just absolutely puncture right through his defense's wall last minute. 170 doesn't really have a lot of outs. He definitely needs to go for self-heal whenever at all possible. Rooter to Grifka, potentially could just go for a bunch of heals. Grifka could get really aggressive here. Does have advantage back up and available in case he ever needs to. 170 trying to reposition to get himself a bit more of a high ground, and as long as Grifka has some kind of a dots and the elemental is attacking him, he should be able to keep the Rogue in bay. Earth Shock to follow. Frost Shock most likely right after. Does go for the Lava Burst into a knockback. The Rogue goes in for advantages to make sure he can reconnect off of this one. I think trying to go for maybe a Shadow Strike off of 170. Does end up reconnecting with the Totem. Does get him at least closer to the Shaman. Kidney Shot right after. Position. So if a knockback does come out from 170, oh, this move last second. Does still able to get himself a big secret technique. 170 leaping away with Rogue to Grifka. No outs for the Rogue for 16 seconds. If 170 goes in for damage right now, he may be okay. But more to get him set up. Shadow Strike for the Rogue into a lasso. Does have a trigger for this one. This is where 170 needs to make a play right now. I think Grifka is probably going to go for a blind, isn't he? Kidney Shot, super delayed, maybe blind, knockback. 170 does go in for a bit of healing. Grifka vanishes back up and available in case he ever needs to. Cloak of Shadows available as well, so you can just push in onto 170 if he wanted to. But I think he's going to back up a little bit. Does he have a Flame Shock rolling on him still? If he's got the burn on him, he does have a Flame Shock, but he's just able to re-stealth in between. Well done, well done. 170 doesn't sit that sap long at all, though. He's going to chase him to Grifka, but the Flame Shock is, I think, going to end up ticking out on him at the end of the day. So for 170, at least he's in a situation where maybe he can make himself a play. Eyes going to pick up Kidney Shot immediately by Grifka. Just goes in for a Kidney Shot just to catch himself a reset versus 170. He's just waiting for some cooldowns to come back, I guess. He doesn't have a trinket for a good bit, so you could get locked down maybe with big damage until lastly if he doesn't pre-cloak any of it. Maybe he could be in a bad spot. Maybe that's why he's playing it super safe. That or he's playing to get his cooldowns back to kill 170 and then playing to the next competitor. But then now the set of eyes is available. 170 could pick up those set of eyes right there. But Grifka has Shadow Blades kind of camping out that ram spot. Cheap shot, maybe a knockback from 170 if he gets him to a good angle. Shadow Step at the ready, Burr to follow to try to see if he can dodge the secret technique. I think he was able to dodge the secret too. Primordial setup, maybe big damage for 170, setting something up, but still super low on health. Grifka with the Cloak of Shadows, 170 deceased to live, trying to make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Gouge to follow by Grifka, again trying not to give up that interrupt if he can. He doesn't want to give 170 the opportunity to go for the fast cast with the what is it called, the recognition, I think it's called. I keep forgetting that name of it. Cheap shot into 170, not in a great spot. Knock back into the Rogue. Does have a wall for this one. Trying to go for a cast. That's going to be maybe big damage. Does he can maybe go to go counter offensive with Grifka? Does go in for the heal still. Grifka with a gouge. This one 170. This is to finish him off with a bit of damage. Root to follow. Grifka does have himself one last vanish into yet another interrupt versus 170. But does he have an out whatsoever? Knockback to the Rogue, Shadow Stepping yet again. Cheap shot, I think it's over right now. No way out for this one. And Grifka does end up slicing him down with those Sylvesterades back to back to back. Who's up next? Is it going to be Fast Skills potentially? Looks like it is going to be Soul Eater. Soul Eater? I'm going to call you Soul Eater. Just I feel like to make it easier. Mortal Coil immediately, stun to follow by the Axe Toss. Does not have an out. Grifka maybe in a bad spot. He does have a Shadow Meld, but he needs to find a way to break away from all these pets. Shadow Meld? Someone's keeping him in combat. Wait a second. Maybe he's far enough away. Does he have a dot? He does have a dot. So leader, if you're fast enough, you will be able to find Grifka. Does pick up the eyes to make sure that the pets can find him. Should be able to get on top of the Rogue before he gets any of the advantages back up. Cloak of Shadows coming in about 10 seconds. Evasion maybe can evade some of the pets if possible. But Soul Leader, if he's careful, he needs to send the pet at Grifka. Like target, there we go. Targets him, standing in the pet. But I think the eyes are out last second. So for now, Grifka is actually in a great spot, isn't he? Crazy. It looks like it's a Soul Eater. Could go for the other side of eyes in case he wanted to. And I think honestly maybe the play. One hand it does do is it was gonna put you out in the open. So the Rogue is gonna have you not on the top platform where you have all your ports available and everything. If you have any set up. But it's gonna give Grifka an opportunity just to get you locked down away from any kind of pillars or anything. Gonna be a mortal call to follow. Soul Eater trying to see if he can go for a bit of a setup versus Grifka, sending out all these pets, attacking the rogue. Does have advantage in case he needs to. Shadow Stepping, gonna shut the follow. Has himself a big Secret Technique ready. That's gonna be a Dark Pack, barely holding up. Secret Technique burning right through it into a wall to follow. Gouge blind right after. Soul Eater doesn't have Trinket out of this one. Grifka is super low on health. Does get himself one last advantage. Does he have any dots on him? I think it's actually going to be a-okay and plenty healthy. None of the eyes are available, so it's really up to Grifka if he wants to even open up or not. So you could just sit in stealth for like ever and ever and ever to recuperate all the health in the world. Oh wait, no, second... Did he never pick up those eyes? Is that what happened? I think he never picked up those eyes. Wait for Soul Eater, that's huge. Into a Cold Dread Stalkers, trying to see if he can get all these pets up and running versus Grifka. Wall at the ready, trying to go for a big tyrant, but I think Grifka may just have him here. Nothing he can do. Mortal said last second, but Grifka already had cooldowns coming back up at the very end. Fasca's gonna be up next. Is gonna go for a bit of a Destro Warlock setup with a Succubus at the top, trying to see if he can control the Rogue. Shadow Fury, Bonds of Fel. The Rogue is gonna trick out of these. Cannot get out of Bonds of Fel easily unless he goes for Shadow Mode. May just need to, trying to see if he can stay in there. Bonds of Fel break. Pet is on him. Needs someone out. Oh, does go down with Droog. Trying to see if he can catch the Warlock. Last second, as soon as the Rogue goes down, immediately get into combat. Immediately try to see if he can put pressure onto the Warlock. Not let him out of his sight. Ripping away the guy's soul. Could go picking it up. That's going to be his damage and healing reduced by 25%. Quite a bit of a damage reduction too. Gives Fascals a bit of a defensive play. Going to be a Lightning Lasso with a knockback. It goes flying. Cannot reposition back on top of the platform. But the Succubus does catch Droog last second. Bonds of Fel. If the man does break out of this one, he's going to end up taking damage. Quite a bit of damage too. Portal to follow adds quite a bit of extra cancer damage. The man is just absolutely melting. Burrow down for just a moment. Yet the portal is up. Fascals trying to see if he can finish him off real quickly with a wall to follow. Trying to go for an intro, but doesn't actually get any kind of kicks whatsoever. That's going to be Fascals with a couple more instant casts, trying to see if he can send after Droog, but the Root Totem is going to catch him in place. Port to follow, trying to find himself a much better angle. Could go for the Succubus to catch Droog out in the open, but he can go for interrupt nothing. He'll be a-okay. Gonna be a freshly Succubus joining in for Fascals. Droog trying to see if he can maybe interrupt it. Is unable to mortal call the ready for Fascals in case he needs to. Big Immolation, big bunch of fall set up on the Droog. Intro mortal call, doesn't go anywhere. Actually, looks like he makes the last second. It takes quite a bit of damage. The last to follow. Does have a Dark Pack for this one. The Droog super low in health. Does Fascals take him out? He just needs a couple of globals. Droog though needs a big Elite Blast. Maybe he can make someone happen. Root onto the main pet. Is gonna try to see if he can sneak around the pillar. Fascals actually could take Droog out, but it could be the Shaman also turning around. Big damage out of Fascals on the left field. Just jumping down, sending all the fiery destruction against the Shaman. But the man does not really have a way out right now. He got himself a little bit of mana, but no big defenses, no Guardian, no nothing. Succubus is probably going to be the end of you if he does catch you real quickly. Fascal's trying to see if he can maybe end this. He does need the Succubus to get a better angle though. Definitely needs the Succubus to get a better angle. Trying to see if he can play it super slow. 49% dampener. I think you need to push in the offensive, not let Droog catch any kind of resets right now. If you can do that, I think he'll be in a much better spot. But the man is playing super safe. I think he's trying to see if he can set him up versus Deli with Scoopa and Jayhawk. And honestly, Destro Warlock has a pretty good class in order to be able to fight through all of these classes if you play this duel correctly. Succubus is to break the lasso. Trinket immediately out of Droog, trying to see if he can establish a Bonds of Fel. Big Ascendance. This is where Fascals needs to get some CC. That or retreat. Trying to see if he can go counter damage. Big Cans supposed to follow Droog. It's just absolutely overpowering him with the power of the enhancement Shamancement though. My goodness. Literally don't fight the storm itself. Masterford gonna be joining in as a Feral Druid. Full bleeds on the Droog. Does go in for a full-on static totem to keep the kitty in place. Maim onto Droog. Does have a wall for this one. Does he have any more survivability whatsoever? I think he may be kind of limited what he could use. But a wall is available for him. Maybe able to live through the bleeds, through the thorns, through everything. Trying to see if he can fight them. The Feral Druid. Can he potentially make a play right here? Burrow down. Does he get himself big pop off? Massive damage. Light able to follow while the kitty's in the air. Cat could still turn it around. And Masterford does end up going for a final bite to the very end. But a 56% dampener. The rest of this game is definitely not going to be in his favor. Stunt to follow. Has a trigger for this one. Final wreck available for Del, and just cannot outrage the Paladin whatsoever. This man is sitting from another zip code. Masterford trying to see if he can go for recovery. Does have a Heart of the Wild in case he needs to go for healing. Honestly, Heart of the Wild should have been used, I feel like, last game too at this point. Like, that's how early you need to use Heart of the Wild. You need to use it basically as soon as you're killing the Shaman. Use the Heart of the Wild. Recover as much health as you can, because you just otherwise, yeah, there's just nothing you can do. You gotta get rolling as soon as possible. Crazy. Grifka catching 3 though, making a bit of a comeback after the Shaman. leaves the arena. Grifka's like, it's my time to shine, boys. Let's go. Mad. Let's get ourselves another one going here, boys. Yeah. If we got spots, we will host them in LFG, friend. Here we go. Let me know what groups are going. The Warrior and Koopa. I'm gonna get yourself some groups up and running here, yeah. I don't remember which one of these I saved, which ones I didn't. Hopefully I got all of them. Do I, bro? No problem, man. Okay, that we're good. Bridge, damn shaman, dude, yeah. Paladin got a buy real quick, then we're ready. Cool. We're ready. Awesome. But how do I message you? For some reason it doesn't work sometimes. Awesome. Other team needs 1 sec, then good to go. So I'll just queue you guys up as soon as Azrael is like, we're ready. As soon as the man gives me the go ahead. I guess we're gonna send you to Dalaran Sewers, Hook Point, one of those two. I don't really know which one. Let's do Hook Point. Okay, someone to take. Let's go! Hey, Shane, my man! Happy for you, bud. There it is, dude. Hopefully that helps you get into some of the groups out there a little bit easier. But honestly, like, KSM, it's awesome. KSM is great. KSM is wonderful. But KSM like lost a little bit of luster from like last season to some degree. I think it's great the first time you get it in the season. But it used to be like last season, got KSM. Now you can upgrade all your gear. Now it's like KSM, and you're like, well, I got KSM on this character. Cool. I wish I would have added like more rewards, you know? Or something else you could get. Or, I don't know. Wait, no. No. You got KSM, you got the token. Never mind. I forgot about that. Wait a second. Have you gotten that token thing before on that tank? Because now you can get yourself a tier set token. I need to do that on my alts, man. I need to get KSM on my alts so I can finish it on my tier. But with the creation catalyst, I don't even know if that's necessary anymore, to be honest. I don't even know if that's necessary anymore. Create a league with winners, kind of like championships. That'd be kind of cool. We're ready? All right. I'm gonna queue you guys up. I guess we're gonna go Hook Point, yeah? We're gonna go to the Hook Point. The point where the hooks live. Because a lot of you guys seem to like Hook Point. I do too. No sir. Got my proper force set. Oh, you good then? Okay, alright. I guess it could be like a PvP force set if you wanted to. Or PvP piece if you wanted to, I guess. Also, technically, maybe. I just realized I had this cup of coffee. I want to take a sip out of it. So all this energy that I have, where the hell did it come from? Because I've had a really long late night last night. all this energy that I've put in so far into the stream. No coffee? What is wrong with me, man? Where's this energy coming from? Actually, last night I had an insane amount of energy. I ended up putting it into a crazy project. I was like, this is impossible to do. Let's see if I can do it. I was super behind on everything there. Somehow I squeaked it out. How do I join you? Well, I'll show you how to join an LFG right after this one, my guy. How does that sound? To Twitch. We got ourselves Bonsam over for the team to join in as an elemental shaman. On the team, we got Vasquez as Affliction this time around. Sally over on the Happy Demon Hunter. We got Soul Eater as the Demonology and Masterfoot. And it's going to be Bonsam to get it blasted out by Fire Breath and with a full combustion on Jayhawk Wizard. This man trying to see if he can just pop up and cooldowns immediately afterwards. Goes for Shift and Power just to get himself all the cast immediately. Going to be more Fire Blast coming out. Jayhawk not giving Bonsam any opportunity to catch up any health. It's going to be a nice grind totem for Bonsam to redirect a lot of the pressure off of himself onto the totem instead, which should hopefully give him a little bit more survivability going into this duel. The Jayhawk does go for a bit of a reset behind the against the pillar, load himself up full of buffs, I guess, to make it harder for Bonsam to really remove all of these things at once, especially trying to cover for the all the time, if at all possible. Bonsam does get himself the Fire Elemental. Jayhawk is going to be able to blink back with the all the time back to the another position, blinking into Bonsam, so he's playing normal blink. Being able to get out of roots as well as lasso is going to be helpful, but being able to get around Bonsam with that shimmer, that is going to be another story, but I don't think he's playing like a caster heavy build or anything of a fire mage, because some do play like a caster setup. Big Phoenix Flames coming out, going to be a little bit of a lust for Jayhawk randomly, but somebody got himself quite a bit of damage, so it's going to be damage for the both of them. Bonsamdi looking to catch up on a lot of health. Jayhawk may need to go for a blink and interrupt onto Bonsamdi if he wants to get himself a big setup versus the Shaman, because if he can stop his healing, you've been in a great spot. Jayhawk trying to go for a little bit of cooldown reduction with shifting power, but somebody pushes in order to stay as aggressive as possible. They're trying to deny any cooldown reduction. For Jayhawk, he does have himself the full breath combo available very soon, combustion available, so you could go for a nice little go versus Bonsamdi, but the man is actually might be under a ton of pressure. That's going to be Primordial getting set up as a lava burst, could be potentially at the end of him, at least force out some big defenses like his wall, or not wall, but rather what, Chi Death? Into a poly, does go for the trinket, but somebody push it on the offensive. That's going to be able to get both the ice block as well as Chi Death for Jayhawk. Oh no. Oh, he's just like, ah, no, why my defenses? All of them. Good setup with Bonsamdi. Took the opportunity, took the moment, blasted him out. Jayhawk does have an alter time unless Bonsamdi does end up removing it. For Jayhawk, that is a little bit of a reset. At least have himself one big go for Bonsamdi, one more go. He could go also for what? I guess he got defensively invis too, so maybe could make that happen. Big wall for Bonsamdi. That's going to be Jayhawk. Is going to go for a bit of combustion. I think a random bit of combustion. He still has real combustion, but Bonsamdi able to shut him down, dude. The lava burst do overpower the pyroblast. With Grifka going to be up next, does Bonsamdi, is he aware there's going to be Grifka yet again? Shadow Strike onto the totem, but it's going to be Bonsamdi still burning to some of the dots. It's going to be a bit of a knockback on the Grifka as he goes in for a big secret technique. The Shadow Rogues join in out of the... Oh, my goodness. Whoopsie Daisy is right. Lord, that amount of damage is just a lot. Grifka immediately skulking away into the corner, got himself a big old Shadow Meld. He only really used up, by the looks of it, Shadow Blades in that setup, right? That's all he really did, and then Secret Technique in the dance. So he's really kind of like mostly healthy to fight Soul Eater. Grifka is gonna take his time though, so we're taking his sweet time. I think maybe wait until another set of dances, potentially. Soul Eater trying to see if he can get himself a full pet, but he's kind of aware that Rogue is gonna be nearby, not gonna let him get a full caster from what all possible. Stun onto these pets, Sheep Shot onto the Felguard as a Wrathguard, with the Kid Shot onto the Warlock, does go for the Axe Toss. Feldor joins in, so this is gonna be Grifka actually under a ton of pressure. All these stuns back to back, Hannah go down for Soul Eater, does pop in the wall as well as the Dark Pack, so it's a lot of cooldowns altogether. Grifka waiting until the Tyrant comes out before he vanishes. So for Soul Eater, that's every single defense offensive all used at once. Is going to pick up the eye, could send the pets of Grifka right now, and really should send the pets of Grifka, try to see if he can maybe counteract them. It's going to be a shadowy duel, try to see if he can take the Warlock away from all these pets. Trinket with a Mortal Cold, does have a big secret thing, burning right to Soul Eater. It's going to be Axos yet again. All these pets are still on Grifka, and as long as he keeps his pets on Grifka the entire time, he'll be in a great spot. Try to see, I think, go for, it looked like an interrupt. It did try to go for an interrupt, but Soul Eater does end up getting interrupted, does get locked down, and cannot really do much off of that. Vanished last second by Grifka. Maybe the Feral gets him out in the open. Does Brutal Slash with a gouge by the Rogue. This is trying to get himself a bit of a setup. Cheap Shot with that dance, trying to see if he can force cooldowns on a Masterfoot. Has a blind in case he needs to. That is the Thorns as well. Is going to use the blind to try to get himself a bit of a reposition behind the pillar. If Masterfoot can get back over there, maybe Moonfire the guy or something, anything, bleed him up, he is going to get him back into combat. Grifka has a Cloak of Shadows. If he has a Cloak of Shadows that he cancels his physical resistances as well, he may be in a good spot. Back-to-back bleeds. Cloak of Shadows for Grifka. Does he have the cloak that removes the bleeds though? I don't think he does. It looks like the man's still taking a lot of damage into his health bar. Kidney Shot, I think he's just dead. Yeah, just bled up. Masterfoot went in. Full bleed, sunk him as deep as he can into Grifka, and down the man goes with Drew. Gonna be up next. Try to see if he can fight the Feral Druid into a Trinket. Trying to deny the Feral any kind of reset behind the pillar. It's gonna go for full Bloodlust. Sunder to follow. Masterfoot may be in a bit of trouble. Big Elemental Blast right after. Trying to go full defensive. Using Heart of the Wild as early as possible. Learned it from the last match. Use it early in order to be able to get it with a lot of recovery, but still may not be enough. The Shaman is absolutely overpowering. Man still has a renewal. It's going to go for renewal. Try to go for a bit of movement speed. Breaking the bear form real quickly for a quick child form for just a second. But I don't know if it'll be enough for him though. Doesn't get himself still hard. Still a little bit of heals. Root around the corner. May still be down for the count. I think it's over. May wait a second. Does get knocked. Does he take it? Takes the knock and goes behind the pillar. Sometimes you need to take the enemy's mobility. Any kind of knockbacks to give you. Take that momentum. Use it to your advantage. Does end up going for it with a stun and a reset versus Drug, but yet another lasso on him. Does have himself a small shield. Is that the is a small shield? That's probably from the PvP tier set, isn't it? The World PvP tier? Or, because that's not Spore Cloak, is it? Or is it? Because a lot of you guys have been to the Spore Cloak recently. Into a full Thorns of the Masterfoot, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset, but he just can't outrun the Shaman whatsoever. One more Ellie Blast does end up just taking him out. Wasel's gonna be up next as an I was gonna say enhanced with Shamansman, but no. Not even. As the Demon Hunter immediately goes in for a blur, trying to see if he can deny any kind of knocks with that charge back. I-beam to follow. Droog is going to go for an intro. Metamorphosis to dodge the stun shot him immediately. Going to be a Hunter around the corner. Does that get himself a bit of a setup? That's going to be Droog getting out of it as soon as possible. Seth is going to go in and try, I think, to get focus on the Earth Elemental to some degree. So at least he has a target to attack. Big L Blast. Wait a second. Oh, Droog turning around with a massive damage. Big. Oh, Demon joined in. He's able to slay it, but I think man is still just under a ton of pressure. Flame Shock still rolling on him. If he gets out of the darkness, immediately walked out of the darkness into the light, just vaporized to all the elements all at once. Fasco's lasso left on team 2. Try to see if he can hold to the fort as he's playing out on that Affliction Warlock. Mortal Colon getting sent in immediately. Fasco's trying to go for a bit of a setup versus Droog. It's gonna go for a couple of dots away. All those dots established immediately. If you can, also, another thing you can do, it's a little bit of a pot shot, but you could technically go for the health swap. If the enemy has like a pet, pop the dots on the pet, take them off of the pet, pop them on the guy as soon as you get a line of sight of him. That could be pretty big in terms of establishing dots, and you don't have to worry about getting interrupted. Droog just trying to see if he can fight through Fasco's, taking him out before the man even has a chance to respond. Mad damage, gonna be drain life. Does he have an answer here? Trying to see if he can live and drain soul to follow. Does have a wall for this, so Droog took a lot of dot damage, but it's just taking a while to take him down, burrow down for just a second. As Fasco's trying to see if he can get himself a bit of recovery. I think it may just be over for the Warlock. Does go Mortal Coil Fear last second. Full dots are back up on the Droog. Is this where the dots finally make their play? The dots take a while for them to ramp up to do the full damage, but eventually Droog is going to feel the pain, feel the pressure of those periodic effects. Try to go for a bit of a root into fast kills with a bit of a heal as well behind the pillar. Dark Pact available still for fast kills for a second. Does end up going for the human to break out of it. Droog with the bloodlust. Oh, just ends up clobbering him down. Doesn't really take too long either. Goes in as enhanced shaman just popping off. My goodness. This guy got a lot of damage behind him. Like a full Storm Striker build, I think. I need to double check, but I think it was a full Storm Striker build. Well done. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas, uno mas. Warrior as well as Koopa. Let me know if you guys are ready. I'll set all these up. All the recordings. Whoa, down my mog. What's up, Jeff? Hey, my man. I swap every time you know my mog. Wait, what do you mean? Okay, hold on. I'll need. Are you the Paladino? I'll take a look after this one. Tell me which one you were. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll look at it after. The Warrior cost me the invite. Invite friend. Mage is AFK. All good. Give Jayhawk Wizard like a second. He may be lagging, and I think he's probably just trying to deal with that. Never mind. We're ready. Okay. Let me just okay. Other group kind of fell apart. Rebuilding real quick. Okay. My man's the Warrior. Pass me lead friend. Pass me lead friend. My man's Soul Eater. I call him the Warrior because it's the real idea name, but Soul Eater needs a whole new set of bodies to join in. The group kind of fell apart, but if you guys want to join back in, you're more than welcome to. It is open. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join in. Cobrax, more than welcome to. I like that name. It makes me think of Cobrax. Now I'm sad. Let's go. You're farming for Storm, dude. Now you're just trapped in Altharas. I've been there, man. I did my time in Altharas. You're trapped in there for a while, and then you're released from jail, and that's a great feeling. Once they release you from jail, that is a fantastic feeling. I've been seeing a lot more Nightborn recently, man. Look good. Look, even like the hair, like normal, like hair colors, like red, like ginger kind of look, and like the purple eyes. Actually, doesn't look bad at all. I like that bottom trench coat thing that you can like do separately. That's one thing that came out of that's one of the few good things that came out of SL is that first Castle Nathria set for all the classes. Really, it was really good. Rather for all the armor types because it didn't have class sets at the time. But how cool would that have been? Imagine like a full Ventier like class tier for everybody. Oh, that would have been so good. That Like the leather one seems like a rogue set, honestly, Van Helsing. But imagine what a demon hunter being all vampiric would have looked like. Or like a mage and a warlock and a priest, how that would have looked like. Sin Land set. Or maybe like a demonic like monstrosity set. You know what I mean? Gargoyle set. Imagine like a gargoyle knight. Oh, that would have been so good. I feel like that set that they had would have been probably like a warrior set though. It was a good set, but I think it would have been like the classic set. Like a gargoyle knight would have been awesome for a paladin. Kind of like a dragoon look, but like kind of like the current warrior set, but like more like stony and like Ventiri. Ah, dude, that was so much missed potential. Maybe one day, man. Maybe they could put something like that up on the train post or whatever. Affliction Force that does some mean AoE damage. Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Every key I've gotten this week in the Tharos, but I learned the chain trick. Yeah, the chain trick is huge, man. Chain trick is huge. Shadowlands Classic. Okay, I don't think anyone would play Shadowlands Classic. I'm telling you right now. Maybe over the years, people will soften up on the expansion and I'll forget what kind of a train wreck that was, because it really was kind of a train wreck. Years later, like after Dragonflight, people will be like, man, Shadowlands Classic? Yeah, that'd be fun. They'll just remember the last season. Or season, what is it? 2? Because you had like only a handful of them. 3? Season 3 stuff? For the and all that. Right? They'll maybe remember a little bit of Sepulchre, how it was kind of like, oh, kind of fun. I don't think it would ever get classic to that. I feel like Classic Legion, and I don't think we'd get Classic BFA. Honestly. Bring back I'd be okay if they were to bring back like like buff at some point in the future. Yeah, because the idea of like cooldown reduction was really, really cool, really fun. Dala, give me a color mark for the next game. Color mark for Paladin. Paladin do well in pink and yellow. You haven't done green, the green. It's a hard one. I know it's a tough one. I'm just gonna go green because it's hard to make a rogue set that's all green. You imagine, oh, but you would just go for like full toxic, right? Because assassination. Yeah, but there's like not a lot of leather with green. So I'm gonna go green just because I've had a hard time making mugs that are all green. That look good. Because you can make a green mug, but like a green one that looks good, that's a different story. That's an entirely different story there, friendo. Coffee's kicking in. Alright, we need a couple more bodies, boys. Who else wants in? Who else got a pester on my real ID? Akos is an Atharis. Amori, he's probably queuing up some stuff. Last saw him queuing some stuff earlier. Into is also queuing up some stuff. Azrael is already beauty in a group, making one, hosting one in fact. Dragon? I could ask him, what the hell's Daenerys? Hey, Dragon, wanna join Duels friend? I'll ask him. Kudako, I could ask him too. Is Quick on a name? He's got a name. Let's see. Kudaka maybe wants to join him. Paths? Paths. Oh, hey, Paths. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels friend? The Dragon says no. Breezaz, does he want to join in for a couple? Holy Saya, pop it in again. We won't have Kaiser for him to bully. We can just kind of go knocking his head off if he wants to. But yeah. Look at the general possible who did it. Yeah, who killed WoW? Yeah, who did it, dude? Who killed him? You know what? WoW actually became a homie at some point, though. We got Thrall. The Thrall Hall. Oh, I like that name. The Thrall Hall. We do need like what? We would need like, how many people do we have in the group right now? We don't have a lot actually. We have like 3, I guess. Yeah, we do have 3. So we'll need 2 more bodies then, at the very least. Yeah, so we'll try to see if we can put one together. We will try to see if we can put one together. But if you guys want to join the groups listed in LFG, if you wish. Groups are going to be found, like, if you go to the what's this? If you let me go through this. If you want to join the 5V5 1v1 Duels and you wonder like, how do you join in? Dal never really explains it. So that's how you do it. Dungeons and raids. Why are you called it Dragons and Raids? Dungeons and Raids tab. Pre-made groups. And then you go to custom PV legacy raid section. And then you go to the search bar and then tap number 5. And the group is there. And you're good to go. And you join up and I take you in and I get the group set up. And we queue and we're playing and we're having fun and all the good stuff. I am scatterbrained today. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm using 105% of my brain power to remind myself who have I asked to join Duels before tonight or not. Just to make sure I'm not like spamming the same person over and over and over and over because I don't want to be that guy. Did I always put Kodako? I don't think I did. Does Kodako want to join in? Hey, Kodako. Dial class shrinker plus iterative fragment can make me go to 25k intellect. Big brain intellect, man. Big brain intellect. Huge. Does Rado want to join in? Scaver? I haven't seen that name in a while. Hi, Seething Shore? What the hell is that at again? Seething Shore. Why am I drawing a blank with this one? Seething Shore. Is that a BG? I think it is. Arhi? Orc Shaman? What are you doing in Eleventh Forest? Hey friend. Hey friend. Hi. Duels? I'm gonna ask Sentry. He doesn't know a lot of English, but someone just gonna keep it short and sweet. He's gonna be like, "Hi, Duels." See what he says. Oh yeah. We need Uno Mas then. We're gonna need an Uno Mas then. We need one more, boys. So we got Arhi in here. My man, back in action. Let's see if Rodor wants to join in. Hey, Rodor. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels friend? Got a spot open and good to go. Got a spot open, good to go. It's like 200k demon bursts with it. But what? Sovi sounds based. What, 5V5 Duels sounds based? I mean, I guess they do. Yeah, sure. All right. Okay, you're in. These duels sound based. What? I guess so. And that's gonna be my next title: the most based duels you've ever seen. It's like, what? What does that mean? Look at it, I guess. What? All right. I'm pretty sure. Hey. First time in Duels. I'm gonna see what's up. You're good, my guy. I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to do. Sitting short with BG. Oh yeah, it is a BG, isn't it, dude? It's been so long, man. I don't like that one. What you guys doing? But sounds like fun. It just a 5v5 Duels thing. We do /roll to see who goes first, last, highest to lowest. Duel another team of 5. Think like, okay, I'm on style duel. Kinda in an order. One team is bodies. We could maybe have this Feral Druid go first. Tag team? Not really tag. Just an order of who goes first, next, last. Oh yeah, I think I saw some streamer. He says, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Yeah, I think I saw some streamer doing something like this 8 years ago. Man, has this been done for 8 years? We queuing up for them inside of an arena. And we kinda just go. I'm literally having to explain to this guy, like, yeah, I never done this duels thing. What is this? I'm like, okay, well, let's try to see. War games thing? Okay, yeah. We can have you go first to make it easier. Are you cool with this, boys? If we just have this feral druid guy go first? Fast skill? Oh, I'd love to get you in, but this feral druid is here. I understand the concept, but sure. Okay, cool. Fast skills. I'll try to see if I can get you in after this one. How does that sound, my guy? Okay. Okay. I'll take care of it, Dal. Awesome, awesome. Queuing up now. In a few seconds, then. BRB. Cool. I think we got a group. Where do we send this feral man? Where do we send him? Dalaran sewers or Lordaeron? So, what do we send you guys? Lord Iron. I'll do Lordaeron. I feel like with a feral druid, you kind of don't want him to hide behind the pillar constantly. So Dalaran sewers would be really, really cheesy. Okay, yeah, just Soul Eater. Just have that feral Soveshi, this feral druid. So, oh, he's a boomkin. Oh, I thought it was a feral druid, but it's a boomy. Oh, okay. Well, that's probably not the greatest arena for him, but that's fine. This is a boomy. I'm like, actually, maybe this will be okay. Maybe this will be fine. But I'll have him go first. Just have him go first. Just have him go first. So everybody does the rolls, and you could have druid can go first. Smiley face. Hit him with something like that. And just because then he goes in, whoever fights, all the stuff. Team 1, if you're fighting the druid, could you please do like the whole honor duel with the guy? Just to like, he's new or whatever. Just do it for this. Do it for this man, dude. Do it for the new boy. Just do it. Take it easy on him. Just a little bit, you know? Properly duel him. Give him a proper challenge. But like, hit him with that, honor duel or whatever. Just give him like a second, you know? Boomy's mad right now. Hope he's not mad, man. Hope he's not mad. But yeah, not the best arena for Boomkin. Watch him pop off though, dude. Watch you go for like 1v5, 1v6 somehow. Gonna be Deli on that team. We got us as Grifka, Jayhawk, Wizard, Koopa, as well as Drew. Gonna be on the other team. Cobrax as a. Oh! For some reason I was gonna say Undead Warlock, but not really. It's gotta be Soul. We got us as Thrall Hall, Archie, and Sovi. Sovi was actually just talking about these duels, and he's the first time in on these. This will be interesting. Descending Koopa, first up, Koopa the Outlaw Rogue. Wait, you got yourself the full Shadowlandsy, Venturesque, Red Mog. Well, actually, it's kind of good looking. Gonna be slowly popping out, trying to see if we can go for a bit of dots. Koopa does it and diving behind the pillar. Does sell dots on him. It's gonna be a bit of a blade rush, trying to see if we can reconnect. Cheap shot, and Sovi does go for a bit of a trigger. Thorns to follow, bashes the Koopa, does have himself a Adrenaline Rush at the ready. Sovi looking to go for a bit of damage, blind to follow, but Koopa took quite a bit of damage with a Star Surge, still just burning down to the beam. Gouge to follow, trying to wait out until the Thorns are out. Cloaker shot is to follow. Sovi just needs a bit more damage. Got himself quite a decent setup versus Koopa, trying to go for a little bit of recovery. Koopa is gonna go for a bit of advantage, but does get knocked, although he stays in a stealth for just a little bit longer. If you can knock a rogue after they do the vanish for a couple of seconds when the rogue vanishes, they have like enhanced stealth that won't get him out of stealth. But if you could just like let him vanish, wait, knock him out in the open. Oh, he could just catch him off guard. Koopa is gonna have to go for a bit of a sippy cup right now. Sovi just kind of hanging out on top of the tombstone, trying to see if he can find himself a better angle, but he's trying to play the middle ground as best as he can. While Koopa is also kind of skulking around the tombstone, not quite on it. Sovi trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a, actually Soveshi, isn't it mean owl? Doesn't mean like his name has the word owl somewhere in there, in Slavic, I believe. Because Sova is owl, Soveshi. I'm trying to think of it. Definitely something owl based. We'll call it Sovi. I like the name Sovi. Get a shot by Koopa. Thorns to follow. Koopa does have himself dance in order to be able to get a couple of those ambushes back-to-back pistol shots to follow. Trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of damage versus Sovi. Got himself full damage, full procs in the ready. Koopa is going to go for a bit of a grapple hook behind the pillar. Does have an out for this one. He's just trying to see if he can find himself a bit of cover evasion. Was used in order to see if he can dodge and juke any kind of bashes by Sovi. He got himself lots of start surges already. Wants to go for a couple of rigos. Blind to follow. Potentially could be a setup for Koopa if he goes in for maybe a sap, but I don't think think those Fey Dragons are gonna let him out at all. Still dotted, still rotting down. And if those Fey Dragons can reconnect, they're definitely gonna keep the Rogue in combat for a little bit longer. But it looks like whenever Sovi's sapped, the Fey Dragons kind of like back up a little bit. Sap yet again, got himself a bit of a sipping up, no more dots. And I think Cooper should be able to get back in there. And so we try to see if we go for a knockback. Doesn't quite connect, but it was able to get something done. I'm watching them going crazy on the charts. Movies matter right now. Dude, they actually are kind of fun. I kind of want to start playing one right now. In Mythic Pluses and in AoE situations, they're insane. Their single target's a little like iffy at times, unless it's PvP, but they're pretty decent. Gonna be Soviet, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of damage versus Koopa. Thorns to follow, trying to go for a bit of a bar scan as well as a bit of recovery. Koopa with a Cloak of Shadows, trying to see if he can stay ahead of the curve. Bash to follow Soviet, trying to go for a bit of a flap just to make some distance away from the Rogue. Killing spree to follow Soviet. Goes in the bear form, a little bit of survivability there already. Does still have himself a bunch of Star Surges versus Koopa, who goes in for advantage, knocking him back last second. Koopa with a grapple to reconnect, is at least able to get a couple of Thunder Strike roots to follow. Soviet trying to see if he can go for a bit of recovery as well. Definitely needs to go for, actually, he's kind of out of all the options, doesn't he? He will need to go counteroffensive versus Rogue at some point. Incarnation coming back up very, very soon, but can't even survive the go by the Rogue. Goes in for Blade Flurry to find the Boomy out in the open. Kidney shot to follow. Does not have a trinket. I think Koopa may just have him with his pistol shots and ambushes. Should be able to take him down. Hopefully, maybe, possibly does end up chipping away. The Outlaw Rogue damage rate is so low in PvP right now. You think like, oh wait, you should be able to kill him, but it's like, wait a second. It is an Outlaw Rogue. He's chipping away. The guy's at 3% health for a good bit. Consider Strike don't even do a percentage of someone's health. It's kind of like depressing, actually. Grappled by Koopa, trying to see if he can disconnect away from Soul Eater. He's got himself the full army of the demons. If he can get some kind of a dot onto Koopa and keep the demons on the Rogue, he's gonna have a fantastic, fantastic time with it. For Koopa though, he does have vanishes, he does have big cooldown reduction, so you should hopefully be able to help him come back with some of the defensives and offensive cooldowns, hopefully sometime quick. Soul Eater mounting up, looking to pick up the eyes. Koopa is actually going to hang back instead. He is going to have to deal with a Felguard as well as Soul Eater. At this point, how do you deal with the both of them? I guess maybe you have to stab the Felguard. He's going to send in the pet. He's probably going to be able to get in combat. Does go for the Axos. Demon Dog is charging in. Mortal Coil to follow. Does go in for the Tyrant. Second Axos right after. Maybe this way you just go Mortal Coil. Wait, no. Koopa does go in for the advantage before the Tyrant even comes out for Soul Eater. Can still save the Tyrant for a big over Koopa, and the Rogue should not have any ways to escape. But looks like Koopa still something hasn't done it up. Someone's putting him out in the open. Soul Eater looking to pick up another set of eyes while both the Felguards are active. And I think he might just, if he can go for another set of Demon Doggers to maybe together with a Vile Fiend and go for a full Tyrant, I don't think Koopa will have much of an answer besides the Cloak of Shadows. But the mix of that magic damage together with the physical damage the demons bring, I mean, there's only so much you can do with it. Axos is going to go for a human racial. Cheap shot to follow. Got himself a bit of that dance. Maybe he can go for a blur. Trying to go for a bit of a cleave. Maybe he can take down some of these pets. It's going to be an interrupt onto the Demon Dog. It's going to be Valkyrie right after. A Soul Eater does get himself full army of the demons. Maybe Cloak of Shadows would help him. Does he have the cloak that gives him the physical immunity? Potentially. Maybe he gives him gouge. Or evasion rather. Or dodge. I guess what I'm trying to say. Shadow Fury around the corner. Doesn't quite connect. It looks like the Rogue is able to skulk away and get away from the entire demonic army. I think he's able to get not a vantage back up, but I guess the grapple to disconnect from all these pets, and you can go such a long distance, such a far distance, that you can actually get yourself out of combat fairly quickly, huh? Basically a vanish. Basically a freebie. But for Soul Eater, are the other eyes available? At this point, those should be coming up sometime soonish. Koopa is still chilling in stealth for a bit. Yeah. Trust me, Soul Eater, Koopa would be all up in your grill, making some damage happen, playing super aggro, if his class was even allowed to do damage, more than like 2% damage. It literally tickles your health. That's literally Outlaw Rogue gameplay. It's so sad. One of the devs gonna buff us. Kidney shot onto Soul Eater. It's going to be Koopa trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability here. Ambush to follow. Does go in for the vanish to get himself a bit of a reset. I think also try to see if he could recuperate some cooldowns. Got some kind of a dot on him right now. Soul Eater was able to go in for a dark pack. So for Koopa at least, he's chipping away all these defensive cooldowns out of Soul Eater little by little. Wall coming back up very soon. So it should be A-okay. But also eyes. Eyes are up. For Soul Eater, this could be a good situation. Maybe a Tyrant play. Koopa does not have advantage for this one, so this could be a good go. Trying to set up to the other set of eyes, but Koopa, I think, is going to try to see if he can cut him off before he can even snag him. Another set of ice spawn just there. It's actually a good spot. Koopa trying to see if he can find another reposition. Has to go around left hand side. So you could just access him right now actually. It's gonna access him before the man can even have himself a head start. Definitely needs to go for the Tyrant as soon as possible. You don't have a line of sight of the road. But honestly, I think you send in the pets, empower them anyway. Does get himself a port. Mortar Call into Koopa. Getting a shot to reverse it. Does at least end up locking down Soul Eater. Not really letting him get himself full set of demons. Into an interrupt right after. Demon Bolt still flying in. Vile Fiend. Cheap shuttered on that. Koopa got himself a bit of a dance. Got himself evasion as well. Try to see if he can survive. Do a bit of damage to burn to Soul Eater. Into a Killing Spear right after. Soul Eater. Try to see if he can live this. It's going to be an Axos right after. I think it's just over for Koopa. I think there's just nothing you can do. Yeah, full demonic army collapsed together. He was able to start chipping away at Soul Eater little by little. But it's not easy. Oh, he didn't do a green mog, like I said. Wow. Okay, I need to peep it once you're no longer like glowing in yellow. Soul Eater try to see if he can get himself a better extra demons in there. Dell got himself full Blasting protection. Wall available. Big hammers flying in. Soul Eater trying to go for a big tire. Does he have any more stops for Dale? He may not. Big observer up in air. Maybe that thing does something. It does end up slamming him with at least one beam, but Dell, with a Wake of Ashes, does end up taking him out. This man was like, yo, Dal, give me a color. I'll give a mog for you. I was like, do green. It's hard to make a mog set, a rogue set with just all green. This man's got himself like a Death Knight, he said. I like it. Look at that. Looks so good. Corbrex dropping down a big bonzer for mad damage. Oh, what was that? You blink and you miss it. What was that, Corbrex? What'd you do to that guy? Why you bury him like that? Oh my goodness. I was appreciating the mog too. But it's going to be Corbrex with an Incubus, putting out, I think, to the side, I think, a little bit. Definitely needs to make sure the Incubus is there to help him out. It's not going to be able to catch the Rogue while Shadowy Duel is active. He's able to secure himself away from any demons for just a second. Into a second, we see off the Mortal Call, stun from a distance. Doesn't quite connect. I don't know why that didn't connect, but it got himself lots of instant cast damage. Grifka may just need to cloak a shadows. This one may have been a bad spot. Shadow Step with the Corbrex does have a port away. Grifka with advantage to follow. Does get himself getting another Shadow Step into an Infernal dropping in. Fear right after. Has a trick in case he needs to. Has a cloak in case he wants to. Gonna be another gate. Wait, does he have a second gate or is that just one gate? I'm not even sure. Was that two gates? I think it was just one. Cheap shot into Corbrex. Grifka may be in a bit of trouble, but a second normal cloak of shadow seconds to see last second. Does he have anything to follow? Gonna be vanished right after. Corbrex had no help whatsoever, but neither is Grifka. Some way, somehow, the demons and the fire damage all caught up with him. And he's gonna go for a bit of a cheap shot. Is a succubus to follow. I don't think he'll have one for a bit now. Mortal Call maybe does have a Mortal Call in case he wants to. Grifka does not have an out anymore. Mortal Call sent in. Shot him at the last second. Wait a second, still dotted though. Mortal Call doesn't connect. He was dotted. Maybe just a debuff that looked like a fire dot, but it's not really a fire dot. Second BCC trinket to follow right after. Trying to go for a bit of Bonzafell. Corbrex maybe just done for the count. Grifka I think just has him. Oh, the Rogue turned around out of left field. Well done. I honestly thought Corbrex was having it. I thought he was taking the whole thing with him. But it's going to be Arky joining back in. Oh my goodness, my man. Looking like a Frostwolf Shaman. I'm loving the set. Joining back into the 5v5 dueling arena. Couldn't wait out. Couldn't stay out in silence for too long, could he? Sap is Grifka trying to see if he can get himself a better setup versus Arhi. It's going to be eyes available. He wants to pick him up as soon as possible. Earth Elemental is going to help out Arhi dealing with the Rogue. At least give him a little bit extra help to work with as Grifka goes in for a Sap. But doesn't quite go into Arhi with a Shadow Strike immediately. I think he's really waiting for him to pick up the eyes. Cheap shot, knockback immediately. Try to deny the secret technique. Does he get to you? Try to time a secret technique right time is so difficult, man. You gotta time it, and you also get the Rogue knockback as far away. Oh my god, the turnaround by Arky though. What is this? Grifka is absolutely melting. Does go in for the advantage last second. Arky is just able to turn around 180 on the guy. My goodness. Not only is he able to take the health away from Grifka, but he's also able to recover almost like he's stealing the man's health. Immediately sits down for food as soon as he can. Oh my, look at that set. Looks so good. Got him some Ghost Wolves. Oh, he's actually wearing proper Ghost Wolves. So many of you guys run Ghost Raptors, honestly. But Grifka not willing to come out in the open. He does have a cloak. He doesn't have a vanish. He has a blind, so maybe he can still have a go versus Arky. He'll definitely need to use everything he can in order to get some of the man's cooldowns, because the guy did not shrink it or anything. All he did is pop a Bloodlust. And he just absolutely just thrashed Grifka. 10 seconds left on a vanish. Does Grifka go in? He does have a cloak. Knock back. Does have some secret technique. Gonna be tricky for Arky with a wall to follow. Sunder right after. Stun onto Grifka in between of that. My goodness, the damage line the last. Oh, he doesn't even leave it to chance. What is that CC like that? That is so good. Stun totem into immediate sunder. Grifka getting sundered immediately into a lasso. Just did not leave it to chance whatsoever. That was so clean. With Jayhawk going to be up next, trying to go for a poly. He's going to be interrupted by Archie. Does go in for the full ascendance. Decided, you know what, I need to go aggressive. G-Pi is going to hurt, but he does have a defensive. He could be okay. There's going to be big question. Immediately burrows. He hides away from his problems. I would too. Shifting power, but he actually does have a slow. He ends up slow falling and keeping himself up in the air for a little bit too long. Big damage out of Archie, forcing a big cheap death and ice block out of Jayhawk. What is this shaman? Oh my goodness. He's literally got lightning in one hand and an axe in another. It's going to be a static totem immediately for Jayhawk as he's trying to go for a bit of a polymorph to follow G-Pi right after him. Not letting Archie heal. He has the polymorph that doesn't let the enemy heal. Lightning lasts to follow. Does have a trigger for it. It's going to become much immediately. Got himself a little bit all the time. Knocked back into Archie. Does he take him? Oh my goodness. Stormbolt by Thrall Hall right after, taking him out, not giving the man a chance. Leaping in right after into Druk, who's got himself a lightning lasso. Immediately going to go for most amount of damage as the warrior does actually get knocked away from the capacitor totem, which helps him out tremendously. Droog backing up out of there real quickly. It's going to be a full reflect up of Thrall Hall, and Droog just trying to see if he can find himself a bit of an escape away from Thrall real quick. Does he have any more goes here? Thrall, it's kind of out of options right now. He does have a defensive, but he's kind of waiting until cooldowns are back up. Got him some big bamboo sticks, a little Murloc boy in the back. Is going to get knocked up in the air with a full ascendance available. Does have a Stormbolt for Droog, who no longer has a trinket actually. Thrall, I don't really know who you can do in this situation. Does have a reflect last second, but Droog is just going to be able to blast him out with the power of the winds. My goodness. Dude, the turnaround by Archie there? That was insane. That was actually crazy. Twice onto Grufka, he was just like, alright, opens up. Alright, big bloodlust, go. Blast. I want to see that again, honestly. I want to see that man go again. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? If you got groups, boys, let's do another one. I'm enjoying this one a lot, actually. What arena do I throw you guys into, though? If we do another one. I probably like Tiger's Peak, yeah? I kind of like Tiger's Peak. Am I the only one? Am I the only Tiger's Peak enjoy here? Where's this thing? Here we go. Was that really 14 minutes of a duel? That seems long. I guess it would make sense why the healing just would feel like nothing at some point. I'm gonna do one more Dal. Sounds good. Perfectly fine by me. Ready, friend? We could do one of us and we could call it there, boys, yeah? It is late for a lot of you. Deli, I'm dipping. GG's, I'm dipping. Oh, no. It's okay, Deli. Thanks so much for coming by, man. Appreciate you. Sounds good to me. I may need to help the other team get +1, but shouldn't take long. We'll see what Azrael says. Koopa, let me know what you're saying, my guy. Let me know what you're telling me, because we could get fast kills to join you. We could get fast kills to join you, because he was looking for a group. So we could swap him out really quickly. Let me know. Or you don't skip as well. Oh, did Koopa dip? Let me actually double check here. Did Koopa dip? Azrael. Oh, it might be DC'd or might be AFK a little bit, but we're giving him a second. We'll give him a second. Soul, give me like 2 minutes just to see if Koopa is back and make sure he's got a 5-man team, because I should be able to get a +1 for him, because the palette is going to be different from his team, but I should be able to help out. Yes, Brazass can also join in as well. So we got fast skills, Brazass, we got bodies that can fill it very quickly. Just as long as Koopa is back, then I can we can figure it all out. But I think he's AFK for like a second. But yeah, we can do Uno Mas. I appreciate you for hanging out here. I know it's super late. I don't want to hold you up for long at all, though. If this is taking forever, feel free to dip. But I am gonna try to see if we can hurry this up as best as possible. Watching them go crazy, dude. They're kind of nutty. Boomy are actually kind of nutty. I'm not sure if I want to gear my druid though, as a Boomkin or a Feral. Or Guardian. Could do Feral and Guardian. That or Boomia and Resto. I think I want to do Feral. Oh wait, yeah. Hopefully it won't take too long. But if it's taking forever, we could just call it there. Because that was a lot of fun. I want to see my man Archie play again. I definitely want to give a proper go. We'll give Koopa a second here. Season short and RBG is the most toxic one. Yeah, kind of. Boomy Resto is identical gear and M+. Yeah, I just don't know if I like the playstyle of Boomy playstyle is kind of fun, but it's just I don't know if I like it as much as a Feral. But I also just haven't played Druid that much recently. I've been on the mage grind, a bit on the Survival Hunter, Demon Hunter, even a little bit of warrior, right? When it comes to my ults, Boomkin and Druid in general has been a little bit on my back for me. Много демпа, да, много демпа. Следващия дуел, мы посмотрим, если тебя можно раньше варьиру послать, и надеюсь, будет меньше демпа. My Russian is all scuffed, but I'm basically telling Archie, hopefully next match he can play earlier than maybe even first, so he doesn't have to deal with so much damp. But yeah, he definitely has a huge setup. I want to see more of it, but yeah, high dive damp is like, wait, I literally can't heal it. But those damn goes, oh, I still can get over that sunder into a stun until it lasted into blast. It was so clean, so clean. I'm also liking how shamans, a lot of you guys are going bloodless now ever since they removed it off of the GCD. I think that was a really good move to make the talent a lot more viable. Frost Force set is so underwhelming. Frost Mage, yeah, it's not terrible. I just think it's going to be a lot better with this new setup, because you can have that flurry combo and then flurry damage buffs and then go for the full lances, and I think it'll be solid. I think it'll be really good. But yeah, Frostmage is a little, I think just as a spec it's a little underwhelming, but once they get them all fixed up, I think they'll be great, you know. Koopa, where are you, buddy? What happened, man? I miss you. I miss my boy Azrael. Are we good, friend? Ready, friend? Let me ask again, see if we're good. Because he's still been AFK, but he's in Valdraken, or he's done. He may be done, I'm not sure actually. I'll give him a little bit more. But anyway, boys, thank you so much for joining the Duels. I've been enjoying these a lot, man. These have been a lot of fun. And tonight I'll probably take it a little bit easier. When AFK, let me all good. All good. How are we doing with the Ghost Man? Do we still have a 5-man, or are we done ski? Or how many more bodies you need? Because at least I can get you 1, maybe 2 more. Because if we need like 2 more homies, I can probably help out. But it is EU too, so I don't want to hold you guys up or anything. We need 2 more. I can help. I can't spell can, but I can help. I can't help myself spell stuff, but I can definitely help. If you invite past my lead, I can get my man Breezaz. Where is he at? Actually, spot open. See what Breezaz says. Fast skills, are you around here, my guy? Because I can get you in here. Real quick. Fast skills, Breezaz, 2 bodies. We're in. Pop you guys into Tiger's Peak or something, and we'll be good to go. Got you in. Beautiful. Fast skills, where are you, friend? We need you. I wish I wasn't equipped to it. You don't see what I know. They need to buff our spec, man. What is going on? Like, nobody plays Outland PvP. Like, you can buff it by 20% and probably you will still have the same representation, man. Let's at least make our class do a little bit more damage. Subtlety is really good. Miko! Oh my god, Miko, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, friend? Okay, we're ready. We're good to go. Sorry, I got really excited seeing Miko in here. About that time, Miko. Let's go, dude. Go. I'm doing it. I am doing it. Trust. First thing we're doing, tigers. We're going to the tigers. You guys like peeking tigers? I love peeking tigers. Invitation's been declined. By who? Oh, again? Okay, we're going again. I was clicking on the screen. I feel, yeah, I do that all the time, honestly. I do that all the time. So I totally get it. Alrighty, boys. Last one of the night. Give it your best shot, boys. Give it your all. Make it look fantastic. Have some fun. Show each other the proper, honorable respect. All that good stuff. And most importantly, have fun. In the final duel of the evening. It's the end of the night. The clock is right now, dude. The tail of the tape. You know what I mean? Alright, switch. Got ourselves Team 2 together with Cobrex as a Destruction Warlock. I do like the Mogula, man. I gotta get the shoulders. That's a Priestess shoulders too. New Warlock. It looks so good. Ah, looks great. Look at those things. The shoulders and the wings. We got us a Soul Eater, also yet another Warlock. We got Thrall Hall joined as a Fury Warrior. I like that look. Archie joins in as a Frost Wolf Shaman, together with Sovi as a bounce druid as well. Grifka over on team 1 as a sub rogue. We got Holy Saya, I think, ready to go potentially even first up, maybe. Just riding down the wheel, dude. Looks so good with the Mog. Jayhawk Wizard on the Fire, Koopa on Assassin, Mikkel back in their Affliction Warlock. It looks like Holy Saya versus Thrall of the Bat. The man showing off the wheel. How do you get that wheel specifically, actually? Because I know one of the wheels is like on a rare, but another wheel is off of someone else. Gonna be a wall immediately for Holy Saya. Got himself a bit of a hand of freedom. Got himself lots of range damage versus Thrall Hall. Look at that Crusade damage from a distance. He doesn't need to be in melee of the guy to hit him from so far away. It's gonna be a Holy Saya backing away from Thrall for just a second. Man used to find a way to reconnect with Holy Saya, charging in, but it's taking a lot of damage. Way to go defensive as the Shield of Vengeance is gonna end up popping into the man's face. Holy Saya still got himself wings. Should be plenty of survivability. Should be okay, but kind of down on defenses for a good bit. Blind up to Thrall. He doesn't actually have to trinket out of it. Looks like something broken instead. Holy does get interrupted for a second. Thrall catching up on a lot of healing. Leaping into Holy Saya, trying to see if he can close the gap, maybe go for a couple of X. Stun to follow. Does not have an out for this one, but Holy is completely out of offensive options. The only time he's going to have any damage is when Final Wreck is coming back up, but that's really about it for a good bit. If he can get himself Final Wreck, maybe it's some combo, but he's waiting all the way until the next Crusade is available. So he's kind of out of commission when it comes to offensive power. At least he can play defensively, and maybe he could just outrange Thrall. But for Thrall, this is a good move, because as long as he has himself a defensive for the big bad cooldown, he should always have a counter for this Paladin whenever he decides to engage him. Sunbolt to follow, does get himself a bit of an avatar together with the Odin's Fury into a disarm to Holy Saya, trying to see if he can prevent a lot of his damage. Could go for Final Wreck right now. Wall up for Holy Saya, does have himself plenty of defense as Thrall Hall just building up a little bit of damage of his own. Stun to follow. It is going to be a bit of pressure, but the man should mostly be okay. Got himself a flag. Holy Saya's shield does end up popping off. Is going to end up going for a bit of pressure towards Thrall. Hall got himself yet more judgments. Thrall, I think, just got to wait until some of the cooldowns are available. Back up soonish. Stormbolt does have a trinket. Big damage for the warrior. Maybe can make a play here. Potentially even get a bubble out of Holy Saya. Big bleed is on him right now. Holy may just have to pop in defensive here. It's going to be lots of damage to the Thrall with the Sun to follow. Holy still bleeding out right now. Maybe done for the count. Does go for the hands, but actually that takes out the bubble out of the equation. Thrall, oh my goodness, got himself reflect, but it wasn't enough. That was an opportunity for Thrall to potentially make a play. Bubble no longer in play for Holy Saya. This way, if you just push in the offensive just a little bit, you could definitely get everything out of him at that moment. So we go in for a full stun onto Holy Saya, who doesn't sit that stun long at all, though does have the full beam blasting out onto Holy. Just trying to see if he can find himself a much better angle versus Holy Saya. Does end up burning Barkskin, as well as Incarnation really early on. So Holy does not want to get in there versus the Balance Druid whatsoever. Nope. Not while cooldowns are up. Don't want to get in there unless you're going in for a stun and maybe big damage of your own. You don't want to do it. Does he have a defensive? You may need a couple because that is full thorns. Gonna see if you just gonna play the cut down the boom kit back to back into pieces. Does go for a quick rebuke as a Cyclone trying to come out. Sophie trying to go for yet another clone. Nothing Jose can do right now. Gonna give Sophie an opportunity to at least catch up a little bit of healing. Holy Saya still got the big Crusade wings available. Lots of damage, lots of power, and so he can't really outrange and outrun the guy. There's just no way to really deny him any kind of pressure. Stun. Sophie does not have an answer for this one. Maybe he can get himself around afraid to reach an as you're low, but oh my god, the damage prime, the explosive divine storm that happens right after. There's only so much you can do with it. And Soul Eater gonna be up next as the Demolition Warlock, trying to go for a bit of an honor bow with Holy Saya. Is the guy gonna take it? He's being a little careful. Bow from one hand, bow from another. I like it. Honorable duel between the two. I like seeing that. Crusade not going to be up for a good bit, so for Soul Eater, if you can just put in the pressure onto Holy Saya, get a bubble out of him, he could honestly just overpower him right then and there, especially if you keep him away from any pillars. Holy popping up bubble really early on. I think he's trying to see if he can just stay on top of Soul Eater, use the bubble immunity to stay next to the guy, but as the gate comes out, that's where Soul Eater is going to maybe have himself a little bit of hard time getting for a setup. Looks like he's actually still on a full retreat, trying to see if he can get a stun around the corner onto Holy Saya. Does it, predicting where the shot of crash is gonna be, and Holy just trying to see if he can put the pressure to Soul Leader until the next setup, until the next final wreck is available. What's gonna be a full wall as well as Shield of Vengeance, maybe even some damage. Maybe the Observer will end up slamming Holy Saya if he uses any abilities of Paladin that are considered a cast. Actually, no, it looks like he cuts down that pet with that final wreck. It just ends up hitting it either way though. Not final wreck. Wake of Ashes. Apparently he doesn't get blasted. Full Tyrant is already. Holy is able to avoid his pets for the most part, but as soon as Tyrant gets on him, that should be quite a bit extra damage. So Leader trying to get more pets up and running. That's going to be a stun lockdown. Holy got himself a bit of that Holy extra damage. Wings are available. Trying to see if he can end the duel right then and there. Axos to follow. So Leader does have himself a little bit extra defenses coming back up. But right now, Holy Sai is just in an unstoppable phase. As long as he doesn't get taken over by some random spellcast or a bunch of demons, he will be okay. And as long as he's worrying about his own health, there goes the lay in hands. Got himself plenty of defense. But a 24% dampening, it is starting to feel a little bit of pressure from that lack of healing. Stun onto Soul Letter, nothing he can do. Does end up taking him out. Arhim, second to last aura for the team too. Needs to find a way past Holy Saya and then past the rest of the team as soon as possible. He needs to find a way to fight the Holy Saya without burning too many cooldowns so he can be ready for the next competitor. Try to see if he can catch Holy Saya, gripping him in with that totem. Thunderstone combo. Does he have enough here to take him down? Does end up clobbering him down for a second. Shield of Vengeance together with a bit of healing for Holy Saya. Have himself Blessing of Protection. Cannot really stop the lightning bolts whatsoever. Lightning Lassa is just unable to remove it whatsoever. But Blessing of Protection still holds somehow. So for R, he is limited on how much physical damage the man can really do to him whatsoever. Holy does end up catching up a little bit of health. Or he tried to see if he can stay on him. Hand of Freedom is available, Holy Saya. Or he just using mobility in order to catch up to Holy. Trying to go for a bit of that Maelstrom. Trying to get aggressive with a bird to follow. Does he get to knock up the guy? Big knockup. Blind to follow. Does end up countering. Arhi goes a little bit. 30% dampeners is going to make it harder for Arhi to really start healing himself versus next competitor. But again, trying to make sure he's able to commit only enough damage with Holy Saya. Does not burn the full ascendance or anything. Big Sunder. Maybe this way make a big play. He's just really trying to be very, very measured with his goes right now. Trying not to burn everything into Holy Saya just yet. But the man may just be down for the count with Ghost Raptors as well as a Flame Shock burning him down. Not much you could really do. Koopa up next as an Assassination Rogue versus Arki. He may just want to get in there as soon as possible. Or actually, no, isn't it for... Actually, no, it's the other way around. No, he doesn't want to get in there. He wants to actually maybe let the dampening stack up for a little bit. That would be more advantageous for the rogue. For Arhi, he kind of would want to get in there as soon as possible. Arhi would want to be the one getting in there as soon as possible. Shadow Step around the corner. Deathmark to follow him. Arhi needs to counter this one with aggression and with haste. He needs to heal up as much as possible. Evasion up for Koopa. Arhi's kind of limited when he can do. Try to go for a full stun to Koopa. Does go on for the Cloak of Shadows. That's all the rogue's defenses are all used up all at once. And Arhi looks like mostly survived the rogue's go. Trying to go for a bit of healing. He's kind of expecting for the rogue to maybe come out of stealth, come out in the open. Does he have a flame check on the guy? He does have a flame shock on him, so maybe he can at least keep him out there. It's going to be a good road for Koopa off of that subterfuge, trying to build up for yet another kidney shot. Or he does have a knockback, could go for a trinket. Does he need to? Does he want to? Ideally, you wouldn't want to use it right then and there. Disarm right after, has the wolves to help him build Maelstrom. Stun onto Koopa, does have a trigger for this one. Or he just needs a little bit more globals in order to survive this. Ghost Raptors together with flame shock should keep Koopa in combat for a little bit longer. Or he does get a bit of Maelstrom out of this one as well. He needs to be very, 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 very careful when he uses the abilities. Does go for Ascendance. I think he was hoping that the Static Totem would keep the Rogue in there, but I don't think the Static Totem was able to catch the Rogue. That or the Sprint was able to get him out of this one. Sunder to follow. It took a shot. Does end up knocking the Rogue back. The Rogue down whatsoever. Goes in for small bomb. Wait, actually might just be able to take down Arki. Arki needs one more global. Burn to follow. Knock up. Oh, barely survived it. Trying to go for as much healing as he can. The man got no healing whatsoever. He needs to sit down, get himself food, whatever it takes right now, because Mika is setting up a gate that's going to be all the dots in the rod for Arki to try to see if he can fight it. Maybe with Ascendance, maybe with Bolas. Actually, it looks like he's able to get a little bit of food. I think at least he's got a drink. So at least he's recovering. And Mika trying to give him as much of an honor duel as possible. Okay, so we actually get ourselves a pretty solid game. Arhi at least walking into this one with some cooldowns. Minus Wall, minus Guardian, which coming back up very, very soon. Which also got that Ascendance as well. So maybe kind of a close duel. What's up, Felipe? How's that doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Hope you're having a good one, my man. fear immediately onto all these pets, but Archie somehow was able to avoid that fear. Gonna be an interrupt, but not really able to stop Miko just yet. Sunder to follow. He's gonna go for a second stun. Soul Rod with a wall available for Miko. Full that's available with the pet. It's gonna be Archie trying to see if he can fight through a wall, as well as Guardians available. All defense, all offense, as much pressure as he can. Got himself plenty survivability, and it's gonna be poured out of the Warlock with the light velocity to follow. Can't really break out of this one. Miko is gonna go for the big gate. Archie needs to see if he can fight through it, trying to see if he can kill Miko before the dots rot him down all the way into an early grave. Trying to go for the trump, but doesn't matter. Big storm strike right after. Miko did give Archie a chance here, a proper chance, a proper honorable duel, and he did take it, man. He took it. Well done, well done, Miko. I have immense respect for you for even giving the man a chance. Honestly, immense respect for even giving him a chance. Grifka's gonna be up next though. I don't know if Archie's ready for this one. Last time he dealt pretty well with the rogue. He was able to throw him over the shoulder, slam him down with a couple of totems, big sunder, and just absolutely go berserk on the guy. But you just used up everything versus the warlock. You have no trinket, no nothing. How you gonna deal with the rogue? Trying to go for a sunder, and it's gonna be a bit of a bloodlust. Knockback to follow. Grifka has a shadow step. Stun! Oh, that stun totem actually was perfect. Burn, just trying to see if he can dodge secret technique. Popping out with a lasso, trying to see if he can get anything out of the rogue. The rogue trinket already though. Totem, it's gonna be Cloak of Shadows. Can't really stop it. Ghost Sharpers at the ready. Maybe he can get himself a bit of Maelstrom. Does get himself the smallest shield ever, I think, with the Spore Cloak totem. Spore Cloak as a shield. Gonna be blind. Archie, does he have a stun? Grifka, if he stuns him next, it's gonna be over. Archie got himself a little bit of healing, maybe? It's over. No, Battle Master Trinket fell out. It's just gonna be a quick backstep. Corbex does open up a portal versus Grifka, but the man does goes for a Shadow Meld. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was rough, man. I feel like if Archie maybe started off with all defensives, maybe that duel would have gone differently. But Grifka's not gonna give him that honor duel. He saw what happened to Miko. He's like, no. That can't happen. Nope. But the Grifka is going to be up versus Corbex. Does set up the Incubus kind of in a different position. At least able to kind of call back the Incubus every time he mounts up. Grifka, I think he's just going to wait. He doesn't have a trinket. He doesn't really have anything but outs. So it's going to be really rough. I think he just has to get in there, man. Dampening is pretty chip I think you just have to start chipping away through Cobrex's cooldowns and going for vanishes whenever possible, man. Cheap shot, immediate shadowy duel, so the Incubus cannot stop Grifka's go, but a Mortal Coil is going to stop it. We'll also give it Corbex a little bit of healing, but also going to put Grifka in an Incubus running into a wall with all the portals. Going to be maybe advantage, but Grifka does have to break it. Bonzafell really early. Infernal keeping you nice company. Definitely needs to go for advantage. You do have dots in ya. Summon is still melting ya. If you walk up next to an Infernal, it does get you out in the open. Corbex, if you're fast enough, you can catch Grifka. No, he wasn't close enough. He didn't look in that direction. The Infernal randomly just AoE'd, randomly just let his like immolation aura just tick onto Grifka. Doesn't quite get him out. Wait, walking next to it? Does Infernal no longer like radiate immolation aura whenever it's like you're mounted? I swear his immolation aura does not work when he's not in combat or something. That's gotta be the case. Immediate trinket off of that succubus. You see, cheap shot. Gonna be secret technique, but a wall up as Corbex trying to reinforce his defenses. Trying to see if he can just jump off the bridge or jump off the platform into a port. Does have the gate. I don't know if he wants to use the gate. Is gonna try to use the gate. Grifka trying to see if he can snipe him out before he can even get out of the gouge of the succubus or incubus into a blind to Corbex. Getting shot onto the pet. Stun into Corbex. Nothing he can do. Oh my goodness, literally just played the pet and the warlock super well. Holy Saya catching up 3, Grifka with 2. And at some point, my man Archie did get to play. I don't know how many he's got there though. I don't know how many he's got there. I need to go back and look. Well done though. That's going to be the last one for the night, boys. Yo, thanks so much for coming by, man. Thanks so much for watching. This has been absolutely a joy to play. My goodness. These have been also kind of longish too. They're all about like 12, 13, 14 minutes each. Kind of longish, but not the longest. Like 20-minute games or anything. These were really fun. Honestly, I was kind of expecting... Oh no, it's Grifka and the other rogues. It is Koopa who doesn't play subtlety. So, but I was like, oh no, it's going to be Grifka. And it's going to be rogues again. Oh, it's going to be a lot of paladins. But honestly, it ended up being like super less one-sided. And I enjoyed that. Thanks for the games. It was a blast. See you next week. Thank you so much, Warrior. Appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much for helping me keep the groups together and hosting the groups in your party or whatnot. I appreciate you, man. Koopa, also same. Thank you to you too, my guy. Thank you. Will we play more? Not tonight, Gravlik. Не сегодня, следующей неделе. Next week. Потому что в Европе все идут спать. Это как... Что? Сколько времени у них? Ну, на моем сервере времени что-то 2 часа ночи. Еще... Как его? После России там. Yeah, it's trying to explain to Grifka in Russia, but I'm not doing a great job. It's like super late for everybody, especially Ace. Все. Yes. Okay. I don't have Russian keyboard set up right now, so I'm just right to Century. He's like, "Are we done?" I'm like, "Yes." Happy you join. Just keep it simple. Happy you join. Yeah, Mikkel want to practice PvP with me. Actually, tell him to. Ask why Mikkel doesn't want to practice PvP with me. Mikkel, why don't you want to practice with Koopa, man? I know he's an outlaw rogue, and I know our class is kind of crap, and I know you basically have to carry him. Not because Koopa is a bad player, but because he plays outlaw. No, seriously, play with Koopa, man. Play with the homie. Also, by the way, Mikkel, I missed you. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll see more of you. I love whenever we play Affliction on these, man. Super fun to watch him. Also, thank you for that honor duel. Was absolutely dope. You're a G for that, man. That was actually awesome to see. Ты говоришь по-русски? Чуть-чуть забываю, немного практикуюсь. Родился в России, но живу в Америке. Много лет. Я забываю мои корни. Мой русский язык. Ну, пытаюсь говорить по-русски чуть-чуть на стримах, когда могу. Но если послушайте, как я говорю, у меня сейчас американский акцент, когда говорю по-русски. That is the longest sentence I said in Russian in a long while, but cause me, you guys can tell, but it looks like K-O-S-M-E, Cosme, says, you speak Russian? Question mark, exclamation, question mark. I was like, yeah, I do. Kind of don't use it often. I live born in Russia, lived in the US for a long time. I'm forgetting it. All the good stuff, right? Went on a tangent like I do. Thanks for the event. Thanks so much. I'm the owl. Yo, Michael. Means the owl is. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, sovi. Yeah, sovi like sava, like an owl, like a Russian word for owl. But I didn't really know what it was. But the owl is. That's so cool, man. I love it. I need to get better live up. Yo, it's all good, my man. It's all good, Michael. Hopefully we'll see you next week, yeah? Next week. We do these every Friday for EU, Saturday for NA, about this time. You're always welcome to peep the stream and check out the LFG. We always have all stream every single week. Yo, what's up, Almighty? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. But yeah, so we're done for the night. Currently is damn AWC team, but now he doesn't want to practice. We get our asses kicked out there. Oh no, what the? You guys gotta play together. What do you mean? You guys gotta play in the AWC. What do you mean? WoW guides, one news. Everything we know, Diablo 1 Season 1. Okay, campfire charts. Okay, cool. So they're doing some more Diablo stuff. Dude, I gotta play more Diablo. Hopefully we get an announcement date for 10.15, by the way. And hopefully we get some more rogue stuff for 10.15. Next week, maybe? Next week? Chat. This is it. We're done for the night. Thank you all so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with your homie. You guys are awesome, man. Super fun hanging out with every single one of you every time we do these. Next week, more of them on EU. Tomorrow, come back and show some support for the boys over on the NA. I would very much appreciate it. But yo, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'm gonna go for the night and probably get some pizza and hang out on the couch. I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night. By that I mean none whatsoever. So I'm a little discombobulated today. So hopefully I take a breather this evening. We're doing more raiding this week. When are we raiding actually? We're trying to see if we can hit a Hall of Fame, man. That's what I've been focusing on this entire time over the last like weeks. Hall of Fame. It looks like we have a nothing for Saturday, nothing for Friday, so I'm chilling. Sunday we got a group, and Monday we got a group. We might just kill Sark Monday. We just need to see P3, see a couple of clean P3s, and we'll be good to go. But dude, it's almost done with the tier, man. Almost got the Hall of Fame, dude. It'd be so nice to get a Hall of Fame for the first time in really ever. Hopefully not too many guilds get it by Monday, but it's like every day we tick, it's like, oh man. Spots are running out. This is only 200. Spots are running out. We may not have a spot. Could be rough. Try to see if we can get it done. I think it'll be the first time in a long while since the guild has even had Hall of Fame. That'd be cool. Alrighty. You guys have a good one. Appreciate ya. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Have a good one. Peace.